Hello, welcome back to the Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Big ups to everybody that is tuned in nice and early. Big ups to everybody that is watching on the replay. Make sure you're smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, and also hitting that bell notification so you're notified every time that we go live, every time we post a video. North London Derby Day is here. We are here to do the preview for the big game, the big occasion. I think this one is as big as it gets. This one is as big as it gets. I mean, title on the line, top four on the line. You know, I mean, every team's got something to fight for. But listen, so much pressure, and we're gonna get into it. But before I start, obviously, as I said, make sure you're smashing that like button for me so we can get more people in here and get more people commenting, liking, all of that good stuff. I am joined by a brilliant panel today as we're going to discuss this preview to this brilliant game. We are joined. I'll start with the Arsenal boys first, the man them, before I go to the ops. So we are joined by the main man himself, my Maghribi brother. It's none other than Ash. He's always here, bro, for the op rival previews, whatever you want to call them. He's always here. And another brother I had to bring out, bro, real quick. Yeah. He loves Spurs fans because he just loves getting onto them for some weird reason, which obviously we all understand. We all understand why he loves getting onto them. It's none other than the main man himself. Yeah, Mr. Kunle. I know he wants to do his intro, so I'm gonna let him do that real quick.
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your dark skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, tonight you go understand. And North London is not only red, London is red. And it's gonna stay red this weekend. Smash the like button, my people. Share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go, man. Let's have it.
Let's go. And we are joined by the ops. Let's get into them, man. Debutantes on the channel. Alan, I believe you haven't been on my channel before, have you? This is your first.
I think I have been on yours once before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
I think so.
It might have been a while ago, but listen, welcome back to the channel anyway, Mr. Alan. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, it's going fine. I just it's 24. Well, less than 24 hours to the big game. I just hope Arsenal fans keep the same chest after the fact. You're all coming in with it, favourites, title charge, and all this, that, and the other. Once full-time whistle's done, you best have the same chest. That's all I'm saying. You best have it. I don't want any excuses. I don't want but. Oh, Arteta did this or but player did that. No, I want to hear but, and then your honest answer. No hiding, no deflecting, no making excuses. I don't want.
Are you implying that there's going to be a reason to make excuses, Alan? Is that what you're trying to imply?
I'm just saying, if there is, I don't want your bottom lip to start going and go. Oh, I've got to think of an excuse. I want you to chest out. And give
I'm assuming that will be reciprocated, right?
Oh yeah, I don't do any of that. So if Spurs are shit, I tell people how we are shit. It's as simple as
that. Translation for everybody. Translation there is Alan chose violence today, yeah? Which is okay. Yeah, for this stream, it's appropriate. And a debutant on the channel. He's got a snake around his neck and it's just calm, bro. It's just relaxing. He's just calm. He's cool. He's laying back. It's none other than Dan from the Hotspur Hood, man. How you doing, my broski?
I'm sweet, mate. Yourself? Everyone else?
Brilliant, man. Brilliant. We're looking forward to it, man. We're looking forward to it. I'm gassed and nervous at the same time, bro. How can both of those things happen at the same time? I don't understand. But yeah, not too bad. Will be joining us. Well, I don't know why I said Will twice, but he will be joining us. Hopefully, we're hoping he comes within the next 5 to 10 minutes. I have sent him a text, so hopefully he does come soon because Kunle was rather excited when I said Will was joining us, so he was ready for this. So hopefully he does come, and hopefully he does join us because we do need to speak about it. But I think to start off, I suggest we go to the home team first, get their views on the game, get their views on the situation which has come out as well, which we'll speak about in a bit, about the left back position, which has been confirmed. I've seen by Spurs like big Spurs accounts. But we'll get to that. But I just want to get your overall thoughts on the game. I think we'll go to the debutant first, Mr. Dan. What are your thoughts on the game for tomorrow?
If I'm going to be honest, if we go by form, you should wipe the floor of us. But we know it ain't going to be like that. It never is. Form goes out the window on this one. If you take me back 2 days, no. Didn't even see a chance in it. Call that just being too negative. Start really thinking about this. No. We can take this off of you. Easy enough as well. Why? We got nothing to play for except a bit of dignity and pride. You got everything. You got everything on this game. And the last place you want to screw it up is right at Tottenham. You lot are going to be sweating. And one thing you lot have proved, who knows? They might have grown up a bit. Their balls might have dropped. Who knows? They've proved so far that they're a bunch of little bottle jobs and they can't handle it when the pressure comes. It's like when you go down the pub and you do everything all night and you're doing it right and you're buying all the drinks, focusing on that woman. But then when it comes to the crunch to asking her to come back to your house, you just ain't got the bottle to do it and you have to go over and ask your mate to do it for you. That's Arsenal. I ain't bothered.
There you are. There you are. Respect for the Champions League final, by the way. But anyway, nah, big up to you guys, man. But Alan, how are you feeling about this game?
Yeah, so
similar.
No, I look similar. It's going to be a tough game. I give Arsenal credit where it's due. I always do. You're playing really good football. You're one of the strongest informed teams. You're going for a title. Obviously, you're going against Man City. But I will say the same thing I say about Arsenal every single time. Until you do it, I won't give you the credit you need or the credit you deserve. Champions League top 4. You bottled it to us. 8 points clear in the title. You bottled it last season. You're close. You're level. And then all of a sudden, you get to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Man City are doing what Man City does. Can Arsenal do what you didn't do last year and show up and get over the line? Until you do that, I won't give you credit in that respect for winning a title. But you're the informed team. You've got the best. You play the best football. You've got the best defense. Everything. If you Arsenal fans are coming in here with anything other than saying we should be beating you this weekend, then I'm going to question you as Arsenal fans because everything says you should win this game. But North London derbies, anything can happen. Goals have when Renap took over from us and we came away to your stadium 4-4. There's times where we should have beaten you at our ground and we dropped points to you. Same the other way. Anything can happen in North London derby, and normally it does. It's going to be a feisty affair, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens, but I'm fully expecting us to take points off you and dent your title charge again, or your title hopes are going to go up in smoke tomorrow. You're on mute, Sard. Oh, they're already bottling it. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh,
there you are, Alan. There you are. You fraud.
I'm always here.
Well, Will is not here yet to ask how he's feeling about the game. So I suggest I better go to the Arsenal lads, and let me start off with the man that's been cheesing while listening to those comments. Kunle, how you feeling, man? Talk to me, because I know you were holding your tongue there because you were letting them have their say.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt that. There were so many moments that I could have just popped in with an interruption, but I want to respect the panel tonight. But these Spurs, they're funny, yeah, because you see what they're doing, and it's sick. It's sick, and I don't blame them for it, but what they're doing is sick. They're literally like throwing out fake chests. So what they're trying to do is put all the pressure on us lot in it, and then say right at the end, like at the end, oh, but we're gonna dent your tower. Like literally, like I saw you building up. Arsenal should do this. If your fans are anything but saying we're gonna win the game, blah blah blah, but make sure you have the same chest at 90 minutes. So he's basically trying to say that we're coming for you lot, but he doesn't want to say those words. And I hear it, Alan. I hear it. Dan, as well. You're trying to come with a fake chest. I hear it. Look, I gotta respect Spurs in terms of this being a North London derby. I always respect it. Like I've grown up on this game. Spurs is the team that I wouldn't even let my son play for. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like there's like even if it was Crystal Palace or Spurs to play for, bro, we're going Palace. We'll figure it out in it. I don't care. I hate Spurs. But they've been Martin Yo's got them playing some football this season, 100%. Got them playing some good football this season. But they've reached their level. They said they have nothing to play for, and if that's what they think, they have nothing to play for, and that's just a small-minded club that they are. They've got Champions League position to play for. They need to be playing in the Champions League to attract more to this project, this Ange project. Aston Villa are probably going to end up winning this game tonight as it goes. So it's for them to win their games in hand. So they got to win every game. I need us to win this game for two reasons. Number one, just to shut up these Spurs fans and tell them what's what, back-to-back wins, just like we do. And also, it forces them to be in a situation when they're playing City where they have to take points off City. So it's a double-edged sword here. So we need to win. We have to win. Anything but a victory is disrespectful to this title race. That's what I'm saying. So we need to come on the ascendancy, play the same starting lineup we started against Chelsea, and put these boys to bed one time, so we can chop party jollof rice this weekend.
Can I quickly just? It's very cute what you're doing. The little
here we go, Alan.
Calling him Martin Yo. That's fair enough. You know, it's
hey,
like
brother. Hey, we didn't interrupt the Spurs part. Can us ask the boys land first, please?
Hold on, no, Kunle, you're not going to do that. You stop talking.
Hey, Sad.
Let me respond.
The Spurs had their segment, and now it's the Arsenal segment. No?
With all due respect, I did let you guys go. Just hold it for a second. Let Ash go. Let me go quickly, and then you can come back to him and be like, actually,
it's a direct point he said. Otherwise, it won't make sense.
Fine then, go ahead.
Okay.
Talk to me about Martin Yo.
Kunle with the joke, Martin Yo to an old manager. It's ironic you saying that, seeing as Arteta is literally Pep Guardiola with hair, but does everything just a little shittier than Pep Guardiola. I'll do the same type of football. I'll get cast off from Man City or Jesus and Zinchenko. Now your fan base don't want. Mikel Arteta.
My Oga is Pep versus my Oga being Martin Yo. I know who I prefer.
Now. Do everything Pep does, only shittier is what your manager does. You're welcome.
Yours does everything Martin Yo does, and he can continue doing that in 5th place, brother.
No, listen. If he's doing what Arteta's doing, but shitter, and he's still challenging for league titles, bro, and possibly gonna win one, I'll take that shitty Pep.
I mean, this season outside the FA Cup, he's doing exactly what Pep is doing to a similar level. Like in the Premier League and the Champions League, it's literally to the same level. But look, yeah, it's a great. No, I mean it's true. When we are 1 point ahead of City, and we both got knocked out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So I don't. Factually true.
We're talking about this
season. Just a correction.
We were talking about.
They also said no. But we're talking about this season. We're talking about this season. Okay. I mean, we're not playing you when we play you tomorrow. We're not playing you in 2023, are we? We're playing you in 2024. So of course, I have to talk about this season. Additionally, I read this thing about where people said Pep started the back four with like 4 center backs and Arteta and everyone copied, when actually, factually, Arteta was the first one to play a back 4 center backs. Even like someone tweeted this from a Tottenham fan base, or sorry, City fan base, and community wrote on Twitter, corrected it and said actually Arteta on this date played 4 center backs. Anyways, that being said, look, it is going to be an exciting game. I think it's North London derbies always are, no matter what form either one of the teams is in. And the fact that Tottenham are playing quite an attacking game this season compared to their last 2 seasons with Conte probably would make it more exciting as well in terms of goals and opportunities and chances. I do hope. I'm glad that unlike the first game, and it's not making me making excuses because we should have still won the game at the Emirates, but obviously Spurs played well, and unfortunately for us, Rice got injured in the first half. Obviously, we didn't have Partey. We had freaking fraud in Nketiah starting and Jesus on the left and Fabio Vieira for God knows what reason. This is the first time I think we've approached a North London derby game with every single player fit, like literally everyone, including Timber, which is mad. We never have players fit towards the end of the season, and now we literally have every single player available, which is obviously a very good place to be in. And look, we are the better team in every department, attacking wise, defensively. But it, as the guys said, like come the North London derby, sometimes that goes out the window, right? Like sometimes form does play a part. I mean, last season it did play a huge part, and we dominated them home and away. But that doesn't happen every single season. I think they'll be obviously more prepared. I will say this is a response to one of the earlier points. Like I think, yes, no one should give us the sort of like credit or praise in terms of like winning a title, because we haven't done it yet. That's true. The last 2 times last season we did bottle it. That's fair. But the fact is, I don't think the game against Tottenham tomorrow would be like more about the title thing, because the fact is right now it's still in City's hands, right? And everyone knows they're the favorites, because if they win every single game, it doesn't matter if we win every game from here till the end of the season by 6 goals. We'll still lose the title if City win every single game. So I said this before. I do want City to drop points in every game. Obviously, I pray for that. But if I had to choose between them dropping points against City or Nottingham Forest, I would rather they drop points against Forest, because that's after the game against Tottenham. Because I just want us to go to the Tottenham game with less pressure of, oh, the league is in our hands right now. I just want us to play the game as a North London derby match, our best team, their best team, whoever's available, and go at it. I think one thing is people have been saying that Tottenham have an advantage because they haven't played for, I think, 2 weeks now or something like that. And obviously we just played 4 days ago. But I actually think it's the opposite. I think that helps us more than it helps them, because our last game was 4 days ago and it was a smashing against our London rivals. It's not like we just played 2 days ago, so 4 days is enough rest. And their last game was a smashing of 4-0 by Newcastle. So when you sit for 2 weeks on that, I don't think you always come back after 2 weeks like, people are thinking, okay, the team will come back rested and fresh and ready for the game. Sometimes not playing for that long actually could affect you, especially when you don't have the momentum from the last game.
Jacob,
so,
you are a fraud. Game. You bloody fraud, Jacob.
He is a fraud, bro. Look what he said.
Look
what he said.
I seen him, bro.
Firstly, he said Cuti Romero game winner incoming, yeah. And then when the guy asked him, Jacob, are you confident? Don't let us win back to back at your home. And then he was like, not confident, just foolishly.
Honestly, I think if there was a way to quantify this, I think statistically is a better chance Romero gets a red card than gets a goal. Like genuinely, like just based on like history. But yeah, man.
I think he gets hyped up for these games. The thing is,
why
these games Romero gets really hyped up for them because of the hatred and all of that. So. Yeah. I already know that something's gonna happen. I already told you, Ash. I for the people that are watching us, yeah. I messaged just to Ash earlier, yeah. I have a weird feeling that Romero is gonna get sent off tomorrow, or I have a weird feeling that there's gonna be a red card somewhere. Whether it's one of our players, whether it's one of your players. For us, who could it be? I don't know who it might be. I don't know who's really aggressive. Probably Gabriel. But he's even been so good with his time in the tackles. For them, it's definitely Romero. That's the one that I feel like he could, because he's just that guy, bro. That sometimes he just gets too excited and just puts in a foot, and I'm like, bro, you didn't even need to put in a foot there, but you just did anyway.
Hey, Gabriel's scoring tomorrow, by the way.
Huh?
Gabriel's scoring tomorrow, by the way.
I don't start me off, bro, because if that happens,
there's also statistically a bigger chance of that happening than Romero scoring too. Like we can play this game all day.
Like Ash just coming with the stats, bro.
He scored more goals than any other defender since the last 2-3 years. So
for Will to get here, because if you're gonna start bringing up the stats, Will's the guy, bro.
Hey, Will's not showing up, just like his team this season, bro. He's not.
Hey, it's crazy, man. I don't know where he's gone. He's leaving his guys 2v3, bro. What's going on? But listen, for me, it's pretty simple, man. I'm excited, also nervous at the same time. But I'm always nervous before every game. It's just this weird thing that happens. I think we all get nervous before every game anyway, whenever our respective teams play. But I'm confident, man. I'm confident going into this game that we can get a win. I don't think it's gonna be a walk in the park. I know these people that are saying, "Oh, we're gonna smack Spurs. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." Yeah, you're showing your experience exactly the same as when we played Bayern Munich away from home. Exactly when we played Bayern Munich at home. These men thought it was going to be 4, 5, 6-0. No, it was never going to be that. It was never going to be that. And against Tottenham, going to their house, it's never going to be that. It's never going to be that easy for us to just walk all over them and leave them there with like a 5-0. It's not going to happen. They're going to make it as difficult as they can for us. They're going to be the ones that are on our players' backs in the crowds, going crazy at them. The players are not going to make it easy. They're probably going to get a bit physical. So I generally don't think it's going to be an easy one, but I think we will still come out with the win. I won't give my prediction yet because obviously we'll save that for the end of the show. But yeah, I'm excited. But I wanted to go back to, obviously we'll all have a general discussion about it, but I want to quickly just get Dan and Alan's thoughts regarding. Oh, actually, sorry, I just got a super chat from Hamza Shampoo. Big up Hamza Shampoo. You can get it at all stores, selected stores, especially at Lidl's. They have a 2-for-1 price at the moment. £1.99 for 2 bottles of Hamza Shampoo. So make sure to go and get it right now. Saying, Saad, you think Jurgen Klopp should join Arsenal? Yeah, listen. Firstly, you're calling him Jurgen Klopp, bro. Allah, these Man City fans are disrespectful as hell. But it is what it is. We'll let it slide because they did flop today, man. Should join Arsenal? Nah, mate. I'm happy with Mikel Arteta, mate. I'm at the moment. It's gonna take someone crazy, bro. Pep himself might need to come through for me to say Arteta.
Oh, mate, you said like you got a crush on the fella.
Sit on the side, man.
Seriously.
Because listen, he's just.
Come on, man. No. Be real. Come on. You're talking like you fancy the man or something.
He's the guy, Dan. He's the guy. He bought all of this.
Sounds like it. Sounds like he's the guy and all.
Dan, he made this all possible. What we're seeing right now, this whole team,
You're making it sound like it.
Piece by piece by piece. He brought all of these players in. He made them what they are. And now they're smacking teams.
He has done a very good job.
5-0.
He made Jesus and Zinchenko what they are. Was they?
No. With Jesus and Zinchenko, with Jesus and Zinchenko.
I like how Alan ignored the 20 other players,
and he goes to the bad ones.
He intentionally picked the 2 ones, and he's
I
can say these 2 because he got them from. You didn't pick Saka, you didn't pick Martinelli, you didn't pick Gabriel, Saliba.
What was Saad's exact comment? He's made everyone what they are, but made all these players what they are. I just pointed out he's not done it with everyone.
Yeah, but Alan, he didn't. You got to give the man some credit. No, Alan.
I mean, he worked with Zinchenko and Jesus in City, though.
You've got to give them some credit. They did not make Jesus and Zinchenko what they were. They were shit anyway. So that weren't Arteta's fault.
I mean, they weren't really shit, but okay.
To be fair, they've regressed. As bad as they've regressed.
Regressed.
I think Jesus has. I don't think Zinchenko. I don't think Zinchenko has regressed. I think he's exactly the same. But he's been very shit defensively, even at City. I think Jesus definitely regressed. He's lost a yard of pace, I think, which has really affected his game.
What he has lost is a decent team around him. He's lost world-class players around him. He hasn't got the same team around him, and don't you even dare try and sit here and bullshit me.
No, but then that adds. No, 1 second. But that adds. 1 second, but that actually adds to my point that he has always been that level. So if the team around him is worse,
that's what I said.
His level
shit anyway.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm saying with Jesus, Jesus, that's not the case. No, but I agree with you with Zinchenko. But I'm saying with Jesus, you're wrong. Jesus, he did lose because even if you compare Jesus last season with Arsenal versus Jesus this season, he has been worse. 100%. He's lost a yard of pace.
Don't even talk to me about Jesus. He can't even get in the Brazil team in front of Richarlison, for God's sake.
So recently, but before that, he was a starter ahead of
if you look at before, he was actually starting.
He was, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, listen, that injury messed him up. Anyway, that injury messed him up. But listen, big up to Hamza Shampoo anyway. No,
why are you letting these Spurs man rattle you, bro? A Spurs man could never rattle me, bro. Fuck this, bro.
I have already on this.
It's entertainment, bro. It's entertainment.
Ashley's gonna argue every point.
I argued everyone, bro. Someone comes with crap, I chop the facts down. That's it.
He has to chop it. But listen, I want to speak about Ben Davies at left back. Obviously, Udogie is injured, and it's confirmed that Ben Davies is going to be playing. So he's not going to go with the preferred choice of literally any Spurs fan I've seen has said. Put Van der Ven in left back and put Dragus in at centre back.
Not these two, mate. Not these two.
So you guys were what were your guys' thoughts on who should have played there? And then
here's a little stat for you: the 4 times Ben Davies has started at our ground against you in the Premier League, we've not lost. Just so you're aware of that, as a stat for you. Also, I don't. No, I'm just saying it's actually it's a stat. So just
so you thanks for saying that. I appreciate you saying that, bro.
That's fine.
Wait, so Alan, did he play last season?
Huh?
Did Ben Davis play last season when we won 2-0?
Start.
Oh, okay. So every time so if he started, we would have lost last season. Okay,
people that pick words and miss what keywords out. Listen to the whole thing.
Yeah. No, absolutely. We would have lost last season.
Anyway,
don't try and chop it up.
That was the difference, Ash. Ben Davis was the difference to that game.
Before you
Ben Davis.
If it was Ben Davis, not Sessegnon, he would have won that game. Facts.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, talking about left back, I don't want Van de Ven to be an inverted fullback all the way up the pitch and not being able to deal with the threat in behind of Arsenal. It's as simple as that. People that want to put Van de Ven because he can get forward attack. Spurs can get the fullbacks forward and attack in previous games to have no effect because we play too narrow at times. When we have a fullback, whether it be Davies or whether he chooses to put a curveball and put Royale, if it's not going to be Davies, if he's going to change something at last minute, I want these players, the fullbacks who are going to go inverted, to do whatever they're going to do. I then want a top quality defender with pace in behind, because you're going to have balls in behind down the side like Saka, obviously on the left-hand side, which we've seen numerous times this season, but also you're going to have balls in behind over the top to Havertz, because it's not going to be Jesus, so over the top to Havertz. I want my best central defence here and my best centre-back in position to be able to deal with the threat that Arsenal carry. People that go, oh yeah, he can get forward and help attack because Davies can't do it. There's absolutely no way Van de Ven's all the way out there. He's going to be able to get back and do his job defensively. And there's no way the defenders back there are going to be able to be, going to be able to cope with the amount of the Arsenal throw at us. So when we've already got one problem in defence, i.e. Doji not being there, do you then want to have a second problem in defence by putting one of our probably best defender way up the pitch? Makes no sense. I don't get what Spurs fans are talking about, and they've tried to explain it to me on numerous occasions. I still don't understand what the fuck they're talking about. So
it's actually surprising because I think obviously I'm assuming Dan agrees, and I think you guys are the first two Spurs fans that I've seen that have said, you know what, I don't want Van de Ven at the left back position. I think they must think just because he has pace to track back. That must be like
see a hamstring go. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah,
right.
But is why when it got said, first thing I thought about, stick Van de Ven on the left. Why? Because he did it for Wolfsburg a couple of times, as far as I know, and that was his position in the Dutch under-21s. But then when you think about it for 5 minutes, it just comes into your head straight away. Stick him on the wing. That's where you need pace. Van de Ven, quickest man in the Premiership, probably quickest man the Premiership has ever seen. And then you think about it, he's got to stay in the middle, because we push up that far, we need our man to get back. That is where we need him. We don't need him on the wing.
Yeah,
me and Alan both agreed on that from day one.
Yeah, listen, I can hear and understand the logic behind obviously why you want to have him in the right position.
Very quickly, out of Gabriel and Saliba, who can play on the left or right? Has any one of them got the ability to play on the wing, like as a left back or a right back?
Saliba, but he shouldn't do it ever.
No, what I'm saying is, but that's like, which side can Saliba play on?
Right,
right. He can play the right side.
So let's say Ben White goes out injured, and rather than put a right back in place, you then go, we're going to put Saliba out and then put Gabriel next to who's the next centre back in line?
Kivior.
Yeah. Kivior, like that makes it weaker across the board. That's ridiculous. But
Alan, you lot ain't us still, so you lot can do it.
I don't want to be you.
I see it's logical.
You don't want to be in a title race, no?
Bottle jobs.
You don't want to be in a title race. Is that what you're telling me, Alan? Is that what it is? You don't want to be in a title race. Okay, makes sense.
Bottle jobs.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not even in a title race because, like you said, City ain't going to lose the game.
Of course, we're in a title race.
We are in a what?
Well, we're top of the league with 4 games to go. Yeah. We're not in a title race.
You're in a title race where you're jogging on, and Man City
regardless, we're there.
We're still in a title race, exactly.
We're there, and none of us can see the future.
Yeah.
So if we're not in a title race, if we're not in a title race. But if we're not in a title race, that means we didn't bottle anything, right? Because we're not in a title race.
hold on.
Exactly.
We were in the title race.
Good point, Ash. Good point.
You were in the title race last season. How did that work out for you? To be fair, you were in a one-horse race, 8 points clear. How did that work out for you?
No. Okay. One sec. I agree. We bottled it last season, 100%.
Yeah, we talked about us. Alan, 17 times we've agreed that we bottled last season.
One sec. Kunle.
17 times on this stream we've agreed we bottled last season.
I just want to say,
we're talking about the current season, Alan.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, and even last season.
Hold on.
I agree we bottled it. One second. I agree we bottled last season. For starters, we don't need to botch the facts. We bottled it. That's enough. You don't need to say we were 8 points ahead with City having a game in hand. And they won the game in hand, so it became 5. But we bottled it still. And I don't know. I just find it. I'm just responding to Dan's point about him saying, "Oh yeah, you're not in a title race." But that contradicts Alan's point then that we bottled it. So it's one of the two. And thirdly, I don't know. I just find it funny that a team that has the term Spursy labeled with them is calling our team bottle jobs. That's all. I think Chelsea and United fans can say that. I still find it stupid, but
what are we comparing?
Wait.
He said we're bottle jobs. What does that make Spurs?
The definition of bottle job, if you look it up, is to not do something you intended on doing or that you were favourites to do. Arsenal last season were favourites to win the league.
We were favourites to win the league. When were we favourites to win the league?
Spurs have never been favourites. In the time we finished second to Chelsea, or we were going out with Leicester, and Arsenal were the top of that.
So did you bottle top 4 last season?
No. The Champions League final, we were not favourites over Liverpool. When we finished second to Chelsea, we were always behind by about 5 points. Same behind Leicester. The closer we got to Leicester was 2 points. Ironically, you were top with Leicester at one point in February under Arsene Wenger and the know-how team, and you bottled it more than we did. Your bottle jobs.
We were top in February. When was that?
Jobs.
We've
you were joint top with Leicester in February of that season.
How can we bottle something?
Yeah, behind them. We were not at the top of them. We were behind them.
You were joint with them.
How can we bottle it when we're not even in it? You know,
personally, I don't,
because we haven't been good enough to be in it. Spurs have not been good enough to be in anything. So how the hell do we bottle it?
You don't have to
compare both teams.
I'll explain. You don't have to. Bottle job does not only apply to title races. For example, if you were favorites to finish top 4 like last season and you finished 7th, or I don't know where you guys finished, that's also bottle job, right? Sorry, 8th. That's also a bottle job, right? Because your expectation and you were favored. I gave you credit. I gave you one position credit. My bad, 8th, right? Not 7th.
So credit, mate. I don't need it.
So when you guys were favorites to finish top 4 and you finished 8th, that's also a bottle job. So the way we bottled the title last season, which I agree we did, you guys bottled top 4. Like that's the same.
Do you know what?
Logic.
Fair play for having the bottle to admit it, and I didn't mean that in a cheesy way, yeah. Because you're one of the first Arsenal fans that's actually had the bottle to admit it that you lot bottled it again. Fair play to you.
So last season, of course we did, yeah, 100%.
So very quickly,
and the season before.
Top 4, yeah. We bottled top 4 the season before, of course, yeah.
8 points clear, and you were favourites. Spurs were never, don't think you can ever have favourites for a top 4 race because we were 4th, then we were 5th, then we were 4th, then the 5th. If you want to put that marker on it that Spurs were favourites for top 4, fair enough, and all that. But Arsenal have been favourites to win stuff before, win leagues, and you've ended up bottling it time and time again. And people always go, you can't go back based on last season. When you do at football, do you go back on? You go back on the most recent point of history. You bottle in the league. You then go back before that. Like I said, last season, you're going to bottle it like you always do. I said back the season before, you bottled top 4, but you can't use that. But Arsenal were different this season. Well, you weren't different because you got to the same point where you bottled it at the end. Until you do that, I don't give Arsenal credit under this manager until you do it. There's Arsenal fans out there that want to give him credit and say you're going to do it. Fair enough. I understand passion having passion for your team, but it's just not happening.
Alan, we don't have issues talking about whether we bottled it or not last season. We don't have issues talking about it, but we don't have to talk about it 7 times on one stream. Do you get what I'm saying? We talked about it 15 minutes ago and you brought it back again. That's number one.
What did you do on my show?
No. It's fine. It is fine. It's fine.
What did you do on my show?
Why are you always interrupting, Alan?
What did you do
I let you land without any interruptions. And you, as soon as I say one thing, you're interrupting, shouting and screaming.
Remember what you did on my show? Remember what you did with my show?
What did I do on your show? What did I do on your show? What did I do on your show? What did I do?
With Jay, when you went over the same topic with Jay on 5 or 6 times.
What topic?
What topic?
Yeah.
I actually forgot the topic, but yeah, I do remember.
Since I went over it 5 or 6 times. Now I went over it 5 or 6 times. So tell me the topic if I went over it 5 or 6 times.
When you can't remember the topic.
Don't phone a friend, bro. Tell me the topic, bro.
Alan, let him eat his humble pie, mate.
No. I'm just saying. Hypocrisy.
Let him eat his humble pie.
Alan, Alan, question out of
humble pie are we
curiosity.
talking about here? I don't get it.
Where you've admitted you've bottled it and that, yeah?
No, I admit we bottled last season, but we don't have to keep admitting we bottled it 3 or 4 times on one stream. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Let you eat your humble pie, which you're
Question
doing right now. Just let
question,
do it,
Alan. Do you at least see? Do you at least see the trajectory this team is going at? Like, I know it'll be difficult as a Spurs fan to admit something, but do you at least see that there's a trajectory with this team that's heading towards eventually winning a title? The way it was with Liverpool, because Liverpool, when they lost the league in 2019, they obviously bottled it, right? Because they were 7 points ahead at some point. 10, actually, since we're doing games in hand, it doesn't matter. They were 10 points ahead. They lost the league. They bottled it. But they eventually won the league the next season. So do you at least see that this Arsenal team is going through a good trajectory, or do you think that it's not eventually getting there?
No. I've said numerous times you've been on the up. Obviously, since Arteta's got there, it took time, but you've been on the up. But people didn't give Liverpool credit for doing anything until they went up and blew everyone out of the water. So people didn't give Liverpool credit. You never win in a 2-horse race. Blah 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 blah. No one gave Liverpool credit until they'd done it, and then they done it, and everyone gave them credit for it. But no one was sitting there going to Liverpool. Rival fans alike were going all the time, in a 2-horse race, you never quite do it, until they went out and blew Man City out of the water that season and they won. And then people were like,
nah, when Liverpool lost it on the last day before they won it, people were giving them mad credit, bro. Mad credit, bro. Yeah, they were.
Especially with the Rodri Everton handball.
Yeah, man, but you're just choosing to refuse to listen to it because now you even said, I'm not ready to give you the credit that you deserve. Those were your words verbatim. So you acknowledge that we deserve it, but you're just not ready to give it to us because we haven't won anything.
There's a difference. Like I've just said on here, the progression's there. I'd be lying if I'm going to sit here and say there's no progression on that and you're on the cusp of doing it. But people, Arsenal fans, some are going, you got to give us all the plaudits now. No, do the job, then you'll get the plaudits.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm not saying Arsenal I'm not going to do that.
No, you're right. Until they actually win it, it's the same thing now. Yeah, why Arsenal don't get classed as one of the big boys at the end of the day? It's the same reason, because they find it hard to accept. Right, I'll put the facts down for you. Yeah, the facts are at the end of the day, Arsenal are twice the size of the club of Spurs. If you want to put it for money, we shouldn't even be in the top 10, but we're in there because we got money. Simple as that. I know that. I mean, if anyone wants to tell me otherwise, please do. I'd like to listen and know why. But the funniest thing about it is that this little Arsenal lot always bigging it off and that, yeah? You've won
we're not
three
the
times. No. Wind it in a sec, yeah? Wind it in a sec and hear the facts, yeah? Wind it in a sec, yeah? You sit on the same table as us lot. Why?
No.
Because the thing that really choose you lot...
Let him land, guys. Let him land.
Okay, hold on.
Guys, let him land.
Let's let him land.
Yeah? Right. You've won everything we've won. We've won everything you've won. You've just won more of it, and you're a lot better at it. Fair play. No shit, Sherlock. I know it. But at the end of the day, you haven't won nothing that we haven't won. You've just won more of it. But you still sit on that same table as we do. Why? Because you ain't up there with the big boys. You ain't up there with Forest. You ain't up there with Villa. You ain't up there with Chelsea. You ain't up there with Liverpool. You ain't up there with Man U, Dortmund, Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid. The list can go on forever. But you boys can't sit on that table because you haven't done the man thing and done the Champions League. Same as we ain't, same as a lot of people ain't. But every team that has been in that Champions League for excess of 20 times straight has at least won it once. I mean, what have you done? One final in what? 30 attempts nearly? And we get to a final in 7 attempts. Other point is, until you get that big one, you can't come off that same table. You've just won more of what we've won. We've won everything you've won. And for such a petty little club that we are, and that's just being straight, because we are a small club. We're a cup club. That's all we have been. Never been league winners.
Twice.
You've got a worse. Yeah, but we've never been.
You've never been league winners, but yet you're on the same table as Arsenal. How does that even make sense?
We've never been ones that win the league regular. Yeah, but we've never been ones that win the league regular. Yeah. Not like
We
you
have.
have done it. Well, you have, yeah, but you haven't won anything we haven't won, and you can't sit on that big table until you've won it all. And to top it all, here's the biggest joke of everything. Yeah, you lot have got a worst. You're the worst embarrassment in football to yourselves when you look in Europe and everybody laughs at you, and you can't even sit on the same table as us.
So hold on.
Can I answer, Saad? Can I answer these, please?
Okay,
yeah.
Because you're the guy who loves to do this. Khalas, I'll let you go.
For starters, the first point about the Champions League, I think, yeah, obviously we should have won the Champions League. It's pretty annoying that we haven't had one, and you can obviously use that, but that doesn't define whether you're a big club or not. You're not just a big club if you win the Champions League, because nobody, including Nottingham Forest fans, put their club as a big club over Arsenal and all just because they have a Champions League.
But when you put it on a big table, they have won more trophies than you. More.
No, they haven't. Let him land. Let him land.
Let me land. I didn't cut you off, bro.
Okay, no.
They have won more variety.
Wind it in a bit.
They have won a more variety of trophies, but they haven't won more trophies. Because now, if we start including things like Club World Cup and Intertoto Cup and all that stuff, we can start adding more variety. So if you want to play it by variety, we can start picking teams like
Shield. Don't forget the
yeah. If we start adding variety, then you cannot move your argument, because then we can start adding Cup Winners' Cup and everything else that they suddenly gets created. West Ham can add the Conference League. So now teams that have all these variety of trophies suddenly become bigger, even if they don't have like more than 3 or 4 Premier Leagues. The fact is, majority of the big clubs, not all of them, but majority of the big clubs have at least double-digit leagues, and we're obviously in that point. Fan base is another thing that creates the size of the club, and we are obviously one of the biggest clubs there. And to prove to you the point about the Champions League, while I didn't agree with it, and I was having an argument with Saad on the Football Corner about this when the draw came out, not with Saad because Saad agreed with me, but with others on the channel, lots of people, not Arsenal fans, rivals and pundits and ex-footballers had us as favorites to go past Bayern. Bayern are 6-time Champions League winners, right? They're obviously the better club. They have more world-class players than us, and yet non-Arsenal fans had us as favorites to go through them. Now we failed and we didn't go. Fair enough. It's not like we got smashed. We lost 3-2 in the end, unfortunately. But the point is to say that we don't sit to like, oh, you guys are not anywhere there, but our other fans also have us in the big boy table. The second thing is you're saying we're the same. Bro, honestly, I'm not even trying to disrespect. We are nowhere near Tottenham. The only thing that puts us in the same table is the fact that both clubs are North London clubs and they're competing for that derby. Except for the 60s, if I'm not wrong, we have won a league in every single decade. Obviously, except 2010. We've not won
it.
That's 2 decades.
So you cannot say... No. Oh, yeah, 2 decades. Fair enough.
No, I can't be on the table, same table as a team that ain't won a league title.
From the 1930s, we have won a league title. No, sorry, we have won more than one league title in every single decade except for 2. So you can't say we're the same just because we have the same variety of trophies.
Okay, but what I can say is you haven't won anything we haven't. You've just won more of it.
But you cannot
sit on that table as Man U. You cannot sit on that table.
I can end this argument quickly. I can end this argument super quick.
Is there a table in the middle?
No. I can end this argument super quick, right? And watch how you're going to deflect now. By that logic, Messi is not a better player than Pirlo because he's won. Or sorry, let me change it. Messi is not a better player than who won the freaking than Lothar Matthäus, for example. Because Matthäus has won a World Cup. I think he's won a Champions League. He's won a Ballon d'Or. He's won all the trophies Messi has won. But even though Messi has won them more, you can't say he's better than Matthäus, right? Because in the end, it doesn't matter if there's more trophies. What matters is the variety. Of course, what matters is who has more trophies because you could have had one. Nottingham Forest, they 100% deserve the Champions League. I don't know what happened in the 80s. I don't know who they faced. Let's assume they were the strongest team. We can also assume the fact that maybe they didn't go through a tough run.
They were. Maybe we can. At the time.
Fair enough. But there are teams that have won, like Hamburg, for example, that won the Champions League. But we can also say that some teams have those flukish times. Greece won the Euros in 2004. Doesn't mean they were the best national team in 2004. They just had
no one said anything about the best
tournament.
They were the best European team that year because they won it.
But that doesn't make them a better national team than England or Portugal or
who even said the word better? Did I say the word better? No.
Yeah, but if
you're
not,
you're talking about sitting on the same table. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. We're not sitting on the same table.
And Greece can't sit on the same table internationally as
Greece cannot sit on the same table as.
You have a better trophy cabinet than us all day long. I mean, come on. It don't take Einstein to work that shit out, yeah?
So how are you on the same table?
So how are we on the same table?
Because you cannot sit on that big table until you win that Champions League. And that's a fact. You can't do it. And that is the one thing that stews you lot down to the ground. See, look, you can even see it on your face. That is the one thing that pisses you off to the point that you know for a fact that nobody looks on you as a real top dog until you win that Champions League. And you know it. Why do you think Man City was so desperate to do it? Everyone wants to do it. But Man City knew they had to do it.
Because everyone wants to do it. It's the Champions League, Dan. Exactly. That's why everyone wants to do it. The Champions League.
They had to do it to sit next to Man U and say, we have now done everything you've done.
They had to do it.
And I agree. We're not at the table of Real Madrid and Barcelona. And of course we're not. But I would say we're at the table below. However, we're not in your table. Yeah, Ajax as well. Fair enough. However, we're not on your table. You're probably 3 or 4 tables below us. That's what we're trying to say. You can't say we're sitting on the same table. And these clubs, I agree, Madrid are higher than us. Barca, Milan, all these stuff.
What you're doing now is a mistake that Tottenham make with their squad, like because of our owners and because of whatever else. You're talking about quantity, not quality. And you haven't got.
We have quality.
That's quantity and quality. We've
okay. Dan, you lost me with that one. You lost me.
You ain't got the quantity.
You have quality league titles. We have quantity league titles. Is that what you're saying? Is that what we're doing? You have quality FA Cups. We have quantity.
Hold on. You will always have to look up to Man U.
I can end this discussion right here, right now. Yeah, I can end this discussion right now. Yeah, I have a golden Premier League trophy, which is for winning the league invincible. So for using your logic, I can
say Chelsea won you, man. Chelsea won
that golden trophy.
Yeah, Chelsea came back
on my table. They can't sit on my table if they haven't got that unbeaten league trophy.
Yeah, I remember that unbeaten league trophy that Perez died against Portsmouth. I remember I was around.
That's perfectly fine, Alan. That's perfectly fine. And we won the league in your own stadium.
They deserve credit for that. They deserve credit for that.
You were losing to Portsmouth and you had to get a point.
I can use that same logic to put myself
that year they done that. I went on Sky TV and said Arsenal done it, mate. Fair play to them. Clap to them. That you got to give them credit. It's football at the end of the day.
But Dan,
you cannot look. You cannot sit there with the big boys.
Even a Liverpool fan in the chat, LFC Aaron is saying we're the 3rd biggest club. So teams like Villa and Nottingham Forest and Chelsea have won Champions League.
Biggest club? Who said anything about biggest club?
So Dan, let me get you. Okay, wait. So I got your logic.
If you want to go by bigger club, then you're poorer than us. We got more money than you. What does that matter? Nothing.
What? Bigger club is not just by the money. So wait, you're saying we're a bigger club.
Saying we're richer,
we are a better club.
I'm telling you,
we have more trophies. But we're on the same table.
You got that Champions League, mate. You still ain't sitting up there with the big ones.
Okay, so fair. So this last question, and then I'm going to shut up on this.
Yeah, because we need to move on.
If let's say we win the Champions League next season or whenever we win it, we're on the same table as
Real Madrid. With them.
No. We're in the exact same table as Real Madrid. They have 15 this season. We'll have 1, but we're on the same table. I hear
because
it.
You've won everything they've won. Because you've won everything they've won. They
at least
just be the same as you are on us. They've just won more of it. But then you will have won everything. Then you can be up there with the big boys, even if you've only got one of it.
We would have won quality, not quantity as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, listen, guys.
Because you'll have won everything, but you haven't yet. And a team like you, as big as you, 3rd biggest club in England, one of the biggest clubs on this planet, one of the most powerful things that football has seen, so you say, and you still ain't got that Champions League. Don't tell me it don't stew on you. If you sit here and tell me right now, all 3 of you tell me right now.
No, but that's not the argument, Dan.
Oh, no, Dan, but that's not. Remember.
But Dan, that's not the argument, though.
How he's holding that snake is actually
that's not the argument. The argument is whether Spurs sit on the same table as Arsenal, not whether we're angry about not winning the Champions.
Yeah, that was the only argument, by the way.
Exactly. What gets me angry is the Spurs sit on the same table as Arsenal. It's not about the
you can say you've won
Champions League. Of course, I want to win the Champions League. Of course, I want to win the Champions League.
But
I'm not sitting here pissed off like, oh my god, I need a Champions League. I'm not gonna accept my club for where it is until we get a Champions. I'm not sitting like that because
exactly.
even though I don't have the Champions League,
they've disallowed Chelsea's goal.
Even though I don't have the Champions League, when Chelsea fans come chat to me, I'm like, bro, Sunderland have the same amount of league titles as you. Aston Villa have more league titles than you. So how can you in yourself be a big club because you won the so-called Champions League and then you still don't have those titles? When you're a big club, you have to have one of the two.
You've got to win everything.
No. When you're a big club, this is actually
not everything.
Have either one of the two. You have to have either the Champions League or you have to have double digits in your league titles. That is what.
No.
Dan, so when you say everything, do you include the Europa League and Conference League? So that means City is not the biggest club because they haven't won the Europa League when they played it. They lost it.
They've won everything that matters.
No, they haven't won the Europa League. City. No, City didn't win the Europa League.
Relax, Alan. Relax. Man had the gun loaded with the European League.
Yeah. So by your logic, if it's everything, that means City still don't sit on that table, right?
The point I'll give to that one is you've got to be in it to win it. But if they're always in the big
no. City played the Europa League. City played the Europa League in 2012 and they lost. So that means they're not the biggest club. Then they're not in that table.
I didn't say they were the biggest club.
Okay.
No, sorry. I'm saying they're not staying on the table.
That's fine. Sorry. Listen, I do want to move on from this topic because we still need so much to get through and let's move on to Arsenal side. During Timber, Arteta is doing a madness saying, oh, he could be close. He might be coming in. In my personal opinion, yeah, you don't need to rush him, bro. There's no need to rush him back
next season.
You don't need to play him in, especially this game. He doesn't even need to come on, bro. If you want to bring him and sit him on the bench, that's perfectly fine. But, bro, any player that gets anything to do with their knee, I said this to T yesterday, I just get flashbacks of R9, bro. Anytime something to do with the knee, I get flashbacks of R9 coming back way too early, rupturing his knee, falling on the floor, khalas, he's out for a year. So I'm so touch and go with those kind of injuries, especially ACLs and MCLs, because, bro, it's so quick that all they have to do is just turn the wrong way in one game, even their first game, all of a sudden they're back on the fucking physio's bench and it's done. And they're out for another year. So it's just so touch and go for me. I wouldn't even play him. If he wants to bring him in, can, and just keep him on the bench. But I'm not looking to risk it. What's your thoughts, lads, on that?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely would not risk him. I mean, wait, who's the right winger for Tottenham in this game? Is it going to be Brennan Johnson?
Yeah,
I definitely. I definitely would not. No, it doesn't matter. I think Tomiyasu can handle him. I wouldn't risk Timber. Even if Timber is fully fit, because he's just come back. He's played a game with the under-21s, obviously. So it doesn't matter who we're facing on that right wing. I think Tomiyasu is a very good defender. I think he's one of the best defenders we have in terms of 1-on-1. And he's obviously had an amazing game against Chelsea. And when I saw him take him and Partey off, it kind of implied that he's probably going to start both of them against Spurs. So I'm happy with Tomiyasu starting. I would maybe give Timber some minutes against Bournemouth off the bench. Only off the bench and only if we're winning comfortably. But if we're not winning comfortably, if it's just one goal, I wouldn't risk it. I don't see the point. Unless there's an emergency and we have Tomiyasu injured, then I definitely would start Timber because I don't want to see Kivior or Zinchenko back in the lineup. I definitely would not risk him though.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. What's your thoughts, Kunle, on that? Would you start him or would you?
For me, with the amount of how healthy our squad is and the fact that we're only in the league, I wouldn't even play Timber till maybe the last game of the season, to be honest. Like if that, because it's not like we necessarily need him at this point. If we were in multiple competitions, I'd be like, yeah, maybe use him here and there, but we might as well just look at him as a brand new signing for next season at this stage because our whole squad is basically fit. And I'm not like Ash in terms of I've seen enough of Kivior. I still think Kivior did a good job other than the Bayern game, to be honest, personally to me. But Tomiyasu definitely will be my choice. And I think we got enough personally. Yeah, it would be nice to see Timber, but because of the type of injury it was, we're not at the stage where we need to risk him, where there's not enough cover. So
no,
I say we just wait for him for next.
The problem you've got
that was a banger of a goal, though.
The problem you've got with Timber is you might never get Timber because that injury he's got we all know could have probably changed him, and that's not doing it because he's an Arsenal player. Nothing. Look what ACL has done to people. It destroyed Virgil van Dijk to the point where he's only just had a decent season, where he's only just able to go for the ball, because it's a mental thing as well. It's not just a physical thing. Look at Bentancur. Since it done him, he's only half the player he was. You don't even know what sort of player Timber is, because I think he's played what for you, 60 minutes, if like in the Premier League. Has he even played in the Premier League?
He's played one half in the Premier League.
Yeah. So you don't even know whether you're going to get Timber or not. That's the thing with that. I would not risk him personally. I don't think it's worth it. Not for this game. Not yet. You don't need to. If it comes to the point where you've got no option, then you might have to go for it. But I don't think it's worth risking him anymore, because otherwise you could totally screw it up with him. I think you'd be smart if you just leave him out for an emergency.
Sarge, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Sarge. Again.
There I am. I'm a professional streamer. You know, I actually do this, and I have a mic and a setup. Well, I'm a part-time streamer, but I'm supposed to do this, and it's supposed to be all professional. I'm always on mute. Well, that's crazy. Hamza Sampu put another one. Said, Sarge, do you think Spurs will win? Will play high line tomorrow? 100%. They're playing a high line.
Yeah.
100%. I don't think. I think both the Spurs lads can say that. I don't think Ange will ever deter away from the high line. I think he's playing it every time until he gets the players to suit that play style and keep the ball and make sure it's never going to their opponent and that they can play that high line. He's always going to play it anyway. So I think he's proved that, to be honest.
It's never going to work. It's never going to work. You cannot go and play that way in the Premiership, game in, game out. You can't do it. Not unless unless you have got a team as solid as City. You can't do it. This ain't Scotland. Whether people find it offensive or not, most of the people on here probably couldn't even tell me the 12 teams in the Scottish League. That is the difference, yeah. And you just cannot come to the Premiership and play that way 24/7. He needs to start adapting to certain games. Every game you've got your system, but every certain game you have to watch out for a certain player. You play Liverpool, you have to adapt your team a little bit to watch out for Salah. Well, not so much anymore, but that's what you used to have to do. You play other teams, you've got to watch out for, say, an explosive central midfielder they got. You've got to adapt to certain games. And he doesn't seem to want to do it yet. The question is with me, can he do it? I suppose we'll wait until next season, or tomorrow would be the perfect time to see if he can do it.
I don't think it's can he do it. I think does he want to do it? And the answer is no. And look, I reckon and that's the biggest word at Spurs, if he's actually given the tools to do the job how he wants to, will that happen from our owners? But if not, there's certain games where when we were losing Fulham, Newcastle, if you change things early enough, you may be able to stop the onslaught and maybe keep it 1-0 or at least 2-0 to keep yourself in the game. But very quickly, we've seen 1-0 defeats or 1-0 losses go into 2-3, 4-0 very quickly, and games are done and dusted by then. Look, I'm going to be absolutely honest. If we're going to see it as fans and like Spurs fans and criticize other managers for their shortcomings, Arteta, Klopp, Pep at times, Ten Hag, especially like Pochettino this season. If we're going to do that as Spurs fans, then we have to be able to criticize and hold our own manager to account. So although I'll back him, because unfortunately nowadays football fans are literally in one zone every single time. It's like, let's just use Arsenal as we're on the team with Arsenal. You've got people like, I support our back Arteta. He does nothing wrong. He's all good. Well, there's some people that go, I don't like Arteta. He can never do anything right, but he does. You know, now football fans can't hold both, and it's really weird. Yeah. Ange, he's shown me enough to say that if he's given the tools to do the job, he can do the right thing. But until you do that, you have to start adapting to stop huge losses, maybe falling out of a Champions League position, which for me we should have got now, but Villa are going to be clear of us. So rather than we were at the point to get top 4, we've now gone to Europa League, which, depending on if we continue playing the way we do with the big teams coming up, which we do, you know, we've still got you guys, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, where we never do good. Obviously, we got smashed by Newcastle. If we're going to continue suffering heavy losses like that, then we're going to go maybe from Europa League maybe to Conference League, and that's a huge difference. If you're saying, well, we should be here, and then you end up now neither of you, no three Arsenal fans on here, be honest. When we lost Kane at the eve of the season, everyone was like, Spurs going to be 8th worst, bottom half of the table. So we've overachieved to be where we are. But if we go ahead and we do what we're meant to do and beat the teams we're meant to do and change and adapt, we could solidify 4th, and then that's fine. But from where we were 4th, and people going, well, it's us against Aston Villa, we should beat and we to 4th. Now we've dropped back to where we are and are dropping further back. That's also a problem. That's also actually failing to a point as well. Both can be true at the same time, but fans just think in one method, one zone at the moment in time in football, and it's just really weird to see.
I think it's the extreme. It's the extreme. They have to. A fan has to pick an extreme to one level or the other level. And it's like
no balance.
You have to find that. You have to find that perfect balance in between saying, okay, the manager's done very good with this. Like this season, I've always said that Mikel Arteta has changed the way he's played multiple times this season and actually shown us a different way that he can play. Where last season he wasn't changing. Last season it was just that way or the highway. We're just playing that way constantly, and we saw by the end of it, they knew exactly who we were going to play. Obviously the Saliba injury, to be honest, played a big part of that, and that didn't fit with his system. And
what Saliba showed was how crack Zinchenko is. That is what Saliba showed.
Can I quickly just respond to a comment?
5 of your goals was down to Zinchenko screwing it up. And Zinchenko was done all season. I know that, but the majority of Arsenal fans, I won't say everyone, but the majority couldn't stop giving him enough, saying how good he was. Yeah, and as soon as Saliba went out, the whole team fell to pieces, and it showed how crap he was.
Can I just quickly respond to a comment? Barani 1013 says, Alan, if you overachieved this season, then we did not bottle it last season. Agreed? No. You were 8 points ahead. Everyone was saying Arsenal's title and all that. So then you let Man City. And not only did they come back and overhaul that 8-point gap, but they also won the league with a couple of games to spare. It weren't last game of the season. They weren't a couple of games. That's bottling it. I said
you were top of the league, so you should surely finish top 4, mate.
Hold on. I said to us, points Spurs have overachieved. Nobody. When we lost Harry Kane on the eve of the season, nobody, rival fans and pundits, so Spurs have done. Spurs 8th at best, this and the other. Some people are even having us as relegation candidates. So to a point, to be where we are, we have overachieved. But there was a point where we were 4th and we were still and we should have gone to get Champions League. We've now started going backwards and we've lost out on Champions League, which means Europa League, and we could go further behind. That's also a failure. You can do 2 at one time. It doesn't have to be, well, this, that. Not everything's black and white. And the whole thing about flip-flop now in football, with football fans, is weird. If I'm sitting there going, Ange out, then Ange in, week in, week out, that's a flip-flop. But when you're saying, this, I believe in this philosophy, I believe in this method, but until he's got the tools to do the job, he's doing this and this wrong. That's not a flip-flop. That's being able to see both sides of the argument. Football fans,
Alan, I think he's just trying to say that you need to be consistent with the argument then, because if the argument is Spurs have overachieved the season, which I think they have, I agree with you. It holds the same way that Arsenal last season overachieved, because our position initially massively, because we were supposed to be top 4. And if you're going with the opposite thing of, you know what, actually we didn't overachieve because you were favorites for top 4 after like couple of months, then you bottled the top 4 this season. So I think that's what he's trying to say. Like, you need to keep the same.
Okay.
Hold on. I am the same energy. This is why don't people?
You said you said you failed. You said you failed, but you didn't say you bottled it. That's the difference.
Back the other way. So it's both.
You're using different language.
No, because Alan, you can fail, but not bottle it. However, you can bottle it and fail. That's the difference.
It's simple English. You overachieved to get to where you were, but you were so far ahead, 8 points and all that. Everyone was saying it's Arsenal's title. That's a sheer drop off to where you finished. Spurs at the point were level pegging week in, week out, switching.
You were top of the league. What are we talking about?
But now we're falling off. What? No, you're not going to try and do that. I never once.
No, but you were top of the league, were you not?
No, but Kunle,
surely if you don't finish in the top 4, you bottled top 4. That's what I'm saying.
10 games.
Great Kunle equating 32 games top of the table by 8 points to Spurs being 1 point ahead after 10 games. Come on, do better, Kunle. Seriously.
So were you not top of the league? Were you not top of the league?
Don't embarrass
I'm
yourself.
not embarrassed, but were you not top of the league? Yes or no?
10 games. You're equating 10 games to...
I'm not asking you for the context. I'm asking a yes or no question.
You don't want context. Normally you say context.
I'm asking a yes or no question.
No, Kunle, you're not going to try and do that with me. You're not going to try and do that. You're always the one that says you've got to bring context to it. And now you're
when did I say that?
Alan,
do you know what? When you call me out for something, you gotta have receipts, my brother. That's what you gotta do. You can't just be calling me out and then make up comments and then I have no receipts, bro.
Well, come on then. Ask the question. We're Spurs top of the table. Yeah, your point is.
After 10 games.
I'm saying, see, Alan's already.
Alan, mate, seriously. Right. We were talking.
Thank you, Dan.
Yes.
Thank you, Dan.
Right.
So I'm asking you. See, flipping now.
No.
I'm asking. Okay.
One thing.
No. Alan's interrupted me. No, man. I'm saying. So, are you saying as you were top of the table this season, you not finishing in the top 4? Is that you bottling top 4? I'm asking.
Yeah, exactly. Top 4, you did bottle it.
Right.
No, 10 games.
No, you're saying no.
Hang on, I'll answer
after
it.
10 games,
purely opinion. After 10 games, I wouldn't have said so. If you'd have put us 20 games and we was there,
then we would.
Yeah, all day long. But 10 games, come on, mate. You've got to put more effort in than that. That's
the same.
Hey, look, brother, you answered my question, and that's all I was doing. Alan was getting rattled, bro. You answered my question, and I appreciate it.
No, because you were trying to do.
Bro, don't tell me what I was trying to do. I was just asking the question.
Hold on. How can you try and hold us to account for bottling top 4? How can you try and hold us to account bottling top 4 after 10 games when you ridiculed those Spurs fans who said that we were going to win the league after 10 games?
Alan, all I did was ask a question. I did was ask a question. I didn't do anything but ask a question.
Lads, rubbish question.
That's what I did.
Listen, these questions.
Well, you can call it rubbish, no problem. But that's all I did. You read into 7 different stories from that question. I just asked the question.
Listen. This is all brilliant. We do unfortunately need to. Well, fortunately for me, we do need to get to the combined 11. We always like to do these.
Come on, man. I'm sure we're not in a rush, are we?
I don't think we are. Is that if anybody does have to go? Let me know in the private chat. And
I ain't in a rush.
Soon.
Why would I be in a rush? I'm only with a couple of Arsenal fans. What am I bothered about?
There you are.
There you go.
Okay. But listen, we are gonna have to get to the combined 11, and I want to start off with the goalkeeper position because that is one that
that's where they have a say. Yeah, that's where they have a say.
This season, I think to be honest, I have to be fair, and I have to say that Vicario has saved them a hell of a lot of points. Like, I know that Raya has like. I think it's very close, but I think Vicario, the fact that he's saved them so many times with this high line and to come in and you're playing a high line with like all your centre backs up there, and you're just like, bro. And I think somebody was saying like the team before that he was at, the Italian team. I forgot what Italian team he came from. Was it? Empoli. Yeah. So they played sit back football at times, bro, and they didn't play any high line or nothing. So he's coming to it fresh, not knowing how to play with a high line, not knowing how to play with all of this. So I have to give him this the goalkeeper in my opinion. Obviously, Ash, I'm assuming you're gonna fight the case for Raya.
Look, I'm just gonna say if we're gonna give it to Vicar, it's just I don't know. Like we have to remember then because the most important things like Raya has more clean sheets. Raya has a better saves percentage, even though it's just marginally better. Raya has saved a penalty this season. Vicario hasn't. I don't mind giving it to Vicario because I do remember some of these games where he went 1-on-1 and saved things.
Yeah.
But if people end up saying that even though Raya has more clean sheets and has all these stats that are better than him, if people are going to later make the argument saying that, but that's because Arsenal have better defense, that's fine. But then remember that argument when we come to the back 4, right? Let's not flip-flop then and start throwing players in because I've seen that argument before. Then fair enough.
This ain't a debate.
How do you actually want to do this? Yeah. How do you actually want to do this? Because the problem is,
for me, this ain't a debate, man. Vicario is easy for me.
It does come onto the defense as well. I mean, you can have a goalkeeper letting 60 goals and he can still be better than the goalkeeper only letting 20 because you can only be as good as your team. That is the problem with a goalkeeper.
But I'm just saying Raya has a better saves percentage as well this season. So even
I think that's why that's why with the Vicario thing, that's why I used his one-on-one saves and how many times he saved you guys.
Guys, this ain't the one that's gonna take time.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. We shouldn't take that long.
Also, going into the defense thing, let's not try and mistake individual player brilliance or quality over systems and setups as well. Let's not do that with defense because Spurs' systems are completely different. You can see. Hold on, let me finish your point.
Okay, we'll leave it.
Finish your point. You can individually have defenders that play better, but systems and that will expose people as well. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, we know what he's setting this one up for, guys. But let's continue.
I know already.
One word.
I know that Mickey Van de Ven is just
Alan, are you a lawyer?
Are
you a lawyer?
No, I'm good.
Are you not?
No. He asked, "Are you a lawyer?" He asked, "Are you a lawyer?"
Oh no. I'm not a lawyer. I just don't. When people come with really vague questions, I just hold them to account. It's as simple as that.
I didn't want to answer that point because we're moving on to the. I didn't want to answer that point because we're moving on to the next thing. But the system only works if the players are playing to their ability and are actually better. If you take certain shit players and put them in that amazing system, the system falls. So it's the system is built based on the players you have, not the opposite.
Okay.
So anyways,
Aaron Fletcher, Man United, 5 Premier League titles, best midfielder or average player in a very good team?
No.
Very novel.
First of all, he was not average. He wasn't average.
Big game player.
Aaron
Big game player.
Best. Come on.
He was above average. He wasn't average.
Come on. Yeah.
When Chelsea went and smashed
sorry, Dan.
Okay.
When Chelsea went and smashed that league, who was the bang average right back? What's his
Victor
name?
Moses.
Ferreira.
No.
Victor Moses. He means Victor Moses, right?
Bang
what
average
about him?
player, but he made.
Hey, Niger boy.
Wait. That argument. No. That argument is wrong because
from that one,
if you are making an all-time 11, of course he doesn't even come close to the top 10.
There.
But if you're making a combined 11 of that season,
that's
an African nation champion.
Yeah. So Dan, that's my argument. That season, he himself was amazing. Now, yes, he overall he might not
because they played him the right way. They played him the right way.
Yeah, fair. So my argument is when we make this back four now. Yeah, so my argument is when we make this back four now, let's remember who's having a better season individually now. Right, this season. I'm not saying who's a better player overall in the next 4 or 5 years. That's my logic.
I know that. I wasn't saying that either.
A team, when you do a combined 11 or any team and all that, you do based on the season they're having and you take everything into account. So it's just as simple as that.
Okay.
And also the debate is how the other debate is going to be how we want to play.
So let me just get this up here. So right back, I'm gonna start this off. I'm gonna say
quick thing.
It has to be Ben White.
It is Ben White.
Are you?
No, hang on a minute.
Dan.
Let me give you a reason.
Dan, we were getting on so well, Dan. Why are we here now?
You didn't listen to me a minute ago.
Why are we here now, Dan?
But listen. You didn't listen a minute ago. How do you want to play? Do you want to play with a wing back or a right back? I want a wing back.
Right back.
Right back.
I want a wing back.
4-3-3. No wing backs here.
Yeah.
4-3-3.
But I want my team to play with a wing back.
So I've set this up as a 4-3-3. So it's playing with a right back. It's playing with a back four. There's no back three in
the
this.
Funny thing is Spurs themselves play with 4 defenders. You don't play with a wing back. You play your Pedro Porro plays as a right back. So I don't know why the argument is coming from right
forward. But he just flies up and down the wing. That's what it is.
He plays as a wing back, not a right back.
But he plays in the 4-3-3 formation regardless. He doesn't play in a 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 formation.
Yeah, but that's my point. He plays as a wing back. That's my point.
So we're gonna compare Pedro Porro versus Ben White. Doesn't matter how you play him.
So if I want my man to sit back and be a good defender and get up the halfway line, sometimes I'm going to go Ben White all day long. But if I want my man to get up there and start crossing the ball in, I'm going to have Porro all day long. Now tell me that's wrong. Are you going to tell me that Ben White is quicker than Porro and can cross better than Porro and can move better than Porro? What do you want your right back to do?
the
Do you want
ball-
him to be a right back and defend, or do you want a wing back that's going to get up there and cross it? I want my wing back to get up there and cross it.
So
I want
think
balance.
Ben White is Ben White's the best of both worlds because he gives you both.
Yeah.
He gives
I'm
you,
not gonna lie,
gives you
guys.
the defensive ability and the going forward.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we're massively overthinking what we do.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I love your enthusiasm, Dan, but just a simple,
No, it depends what you want it to do. It depends what you want it to do, innit? If you wanted to defend,
majority wins here. Ben White, left back. Udogi left
Benjamin
back.
White.
Yeah, because they put Benjamin, bro. Why does this guy have to have Benjamin? Well, it's a joker. Right, centre back positions.
Do left back real quick, man.
Okay.
I want to see if anyone defends Zinchenko. Come on, I'm waiting.
No, left back has to be Udogi, 100%. He's been really good this season.
Although I do want to shout out these Arsenal fans that are killing Zinchenko now, because for me, Zinchenko's issues have been created by Arteta more than Zinchenko himself personally. Like for me, even though
he was always like this.
Even though I don't think he's the best left back anyway, he was the left back that got us into a title race last season. I think Granit Xhaka moving and Arteta using Havertz a lot in the midfield at the start exposed him even more so. But yeah, you lot shouldn't be too harsh on Zinchenko overall. He's a squad player at best anyway.
He was a starter for us yesterday, wallahi, bro. For last year, bro. It was crazy. We've come up so far, bro. We've come up so far, man, honestly. But centre backs. This is where it gets a bit pear-shaped and then everybody starts throwing players in.
Well, let's make this bit easy then. Saliba walks in there all day long.
I'd say Gabriel's better.
The thing is, Gabriel, I think over
Gabriel has had a better season.
Even if we're giving one of each of our centre backs to put in there, although I think it should be both our centre backs.
It's both of our centre backs, Saliba and Gabriel.
It is 100% both the centre backs. What are we arguing about?
I know it hurts for Spurs fans to see it that way, but these are the facts, man. Come on.
Okay, now honestly, then, for me, Saliba walks in there, But are you honestly telling me that you think Gabriel is better than Romero or even Van der Ven?
Romero 100%. Romero 100%.
Okay,
Romero 100%.
Romero, I'll take because I don't think Romero is as good as people shout out. I'll say it is. I ain't scared to sit there and say that Romero is not a world-class defender. No shit, Sherlock. You don't have to
hold
tell me
that, Jacob.
Now, with that aspect, though, Van der Ven is better than Gabriel.
Not, I mean, he hasn't been this season, has he?
Is it this season though?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Nah, he hasn't. He's just a shiny new toy at Tottenham. That's all he is, bro. Dan. That's it. He's a shiny new toy at Tottenham.
Right. Okay.
Left-footed centre back that you got excited about.
Let me give you my argument here, then. Yeah. If he can come into the Premiership and do what he's done by getting back and save us easy 15 points, along with Vicario saving us 15 points on one-on-one. So around about 20 to 30 points between them, he's got to be doing something bloody right. That Gabriel
show me them stats.
But he's not better than Gabriel.
Show me them stats, Dan. Show me them stats.
So
where's Will when you need him? Where's Will when you need him? Show me them stats.
Haven't you ever watched the Spurs game where we're sitting on the halfway line and he comes running back and overtakes?
But you don't get to just throw numbers out and just expect us to believe.
Mate, I'm not a stats person. I don't.
Yeah, but you use stats for your arguments, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just throw numbers out. You just said he saved you X amount of points here and X amounts of points there. Like that's a stat.
Yeah, those are stats. That's stats.
Okay, guys. Without using stats. God, don't be triggered much. Van der Ven's done it a lot this season where he has saved Spurs a lot, getting back and getting the ball out. Here's my thing on the whole situation with centre back. For me, again, I've said this on the Gals channel. I'll say it here. I have no clue why Arsenal fans just rush to Saliba's better than Gabriel. I'm sorry, Gabriel for me is clear of Saliba. Based on this season as well,
he's not clear, but he's better.
I'd say that's why Van der Ven doesn't get into this team for me because
exactly.
Hey, guys, you haven't even heard what I'm saying. Well, you're getting defensive, going Van der Ven doesn't get in the team. You haven't heard what I've got to say on the situation. So for me, Gabriel is ahead of Saliba. Now, if you're going between Saliba and Van der Ven based on this season, Van der Ven's been injured too much. Saliba's been available, and Saliba has been consistently at a high level. So based on that situation, Saliba gets into this team. It is an Arsenal both thing. Van de Ven, when he's been available, apart from one game against Newcastle where he was busy breakdancing on the floor where he couldn't defend properly, whatever that was, he has had one bad game, but he has been consistently good when he's been available, but he's just not been available enough. I would put it as an Arsenal back to Saliba and Gabriel. But when people just say it's clear, people don't do Van de Ven credit for what he's done in his first season for Spurs in this ridiculous high line at times. So just to put it out there, Van de Ven, very good this season, but Saliba is...
We are giving him credit, Alan, but we're just saying he's not as good as the other two. That's it. That doesn't mean he should. He's obviously a very good defender, but he's not been as good as the other two, and he's not even played as many games because of the injury and all that stuff. So
which is what
that also goes into account.
I just
yeah. But you said he's clear, and you said no, because you said I don't know why people say clear, and I'm telling you, Gabriel is not clear of Saliba because you said Gabriel is clear of Saliba, which I think is a bit crazy. Like I think he's been better this season, but I think it's very close.
Okay. It's been very close. Cool, but we don't all think the same. We think differently, don't we? So for me, I think every time I watch a game and I'm sitting there going, wow, Gabriel, what's it like when he's going from all the set pieces and defensively, he's absolutely been solid. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, Arsenal fans will be raving. Every time I go on socials, Saliba, oh, Saliba. And I'm like, get over yourself. Gabriel's been by far better than, all I see is Saliba. And I'm like, Gabriel's been better. Gabriel is the better.
Put our boys in, man. Put our boys in.
Now you say that, Alan. Do you know what? I'll stand back. You're right. I was wrong. Saliba can't even get in his national team properly. So you're right.
So
I mean, that's not a flex. Harry Maguire must be the best centre back in the world.
Neither can Trent.
Neither can Trent, exactly.
No, I know. I'm putting my hands up and admitting I was wrong.
So firstly, I think the whole Saliba thing is because people nowadays are using so many stats and stuff like that to get Saliba in and say, oh, look at the stats of Saliba. But Saliba has never been the defender or the centre back that is. You can actually look at him and say the stats prove that he's the best, because Saliba does a lot of things like he reads the game better than most centre backs in the league.
Yes,
it just his reading of the game is just better because he always puts himself in a position where he doesn't have to chase a defender down. He doesn't have to fully tackle a defender because he always positions himself where he's dragging the defender away from goal. And then somebody else come in when they get.
And Saliba is better on the ball as well.
Away in Champions League, was he? Let's be honest. In the first leg, he was getting torn.
Oh, here we go, man.
He was getting torn.
But that's correct.
Okay,
but if we do that,
by that same logic,
if you go by that logic, Van de Ven got slaughtered by Aaron Gordon and Isak. So now let's remove everything about Van de Ven.
Hold on. Again, people need to listen to the full sentences. When I criticise him about let me finish. When I criticised him about the Newcastle, I said Van de Ven was too busy breakdancing because he weren't defending properly. So I slaughtered Van de Ven 3 times given. So I've done the Van de Ven. I've done it with Saliba. I've done both. I don't pick and choose. I do this. I do both. I'm consistent.
With Saliba, you could also see how he handled a player that they say is a Ballon d'Or nominee, a Ballon d'Or should be winning the Ballon d'Or. Mr. Erling Haaland, bro, handled him.
Not just Erling Haaland, even the best striker in the world by most people, Harry Kane. He handled Harry Kane in the second leg.
Another thing you can give Saliba is that I think he's more important to Arsenal than Gabriel. Why? Because the minute that they lost Saliba, the whole team fell to crap and they bottled the league, and it showed how crap Zinchenko was. I think Saliba is actually more important to you because he's that level head at the back. He's the one that keeps.
I will say that. I don't agree.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
The pair I would love to see together is actually Saliba and Romero. Two very opposite players. One works total opposite way to the other, and that's what you basically want there. The best of both worlds. That's what I would like to see. But Romero is not having the season that Gabriel is or whatever. So I'm not arguing that he goes in there. I'm just putting a point in that I think them two together would be a very good pair of defenders.
But Gabriel is also having that season.
More beneficial to Romero than to Saliba.
Gabriel makes Saliba better, and Saliba makes Gabriel better. They're literally the perfect partnership for each other.
I wasn't.
No, I know you wasn't. I'm just giving an explanation for the.
Sam, can you put them in? I can't see our boys on this.
Anyway,
I think
you complete. That's cute.
I just want to say, like, on Twitter, first of all, I think in this lineup, we are getting that combination Dan is speaking about because Gabriel and Saliba are the extreme opposites in the way they defend. But I will say, Dan, like, I disagree that we lost it last season because Saliba got injured. I think
That
The
was your
reason
main
we
reason.
lost it. No, the reason we lost it, I think, is because the backup for Saliba was that horrendous, right? Was
Yeah,
Rob
because
Holding.
you lost
I think if we
Saliba.
had, no, but that's because we lost Saliba and Tomiyasu. If let's say Saliba was out and we had Tomiyasu playing there, I think we would have been fine. I think the problem is that we lost Saliba and Tomiyasu in the exact same game. So literally, even the backup Saliba was gone. So the drop off from Saliba to what's his name to Holding was that huge of a drop off that caused us to collapse. But if we had Tomiyasu, we would have been fine.
But the fact is, you lost Saliba and it fell to shit. That's the fact.
Yeah. I think we would have lost the league even with Saliba there, to be honest. But
it doesn't matter what you think. I'm talking about a fact.
Ash, let's not do that.
You lost Saliba, you fell apart.
We would have.
Fact.
No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't.
You can keep on thinking, but the fact is, you lost Saliba, you fell apart, and it showed how crap Zinchenko was, and he cost you 5 goals. That's
the thing is with Zinchenko.
Don't let them draw you into this last season bullshit. Anyway,
no, but the thing is, don't
let them draw you into this stuff.
I'm contemplating your player. I'm picking up your player here. I am picking up Saliba.
You are, but the facts don't make any sense at all because the fact is, even I'll explain it to you. I'll explain it to you. We, the moment we drew, yes, we bottled against Southampton and West Ham. Those were horrendous defeats. We didn't lose, horrendous draws. But after the Liverpool draw, which is something that could have happened even with Saliba there, the league was in City's hands, right? Because if they beat us, that's it. And they did beat us. They beat us comprehensively. I think had Saliba been there, the game could have been closer, but I think they would have won anyways because they were the better team. Yes, they also beat us. They also beat us at the end. One sec, Dan. They also beat us. Dan, I'm not just saying I think. They came and beat us at the Emirates with Saliba there. Saliba was playing and City came and spanked us at the Emirates, which is why me saying that City would probably have beat us at the Etihad as well. I have evidence to back it up. But you're saying it fell to shit. I agree it fell to shit against West Ham and Southampton, but we already lost the league the moment we drew to Liverpool because now City took control.
I think your whole team fell apart. Well, I know your whole team fell apart, when Saliba disappeared. Because it totally opened up Zinchenko for how poor he actually is as a defender. Getting forward, he's a good player. He's like Porro in that aspect. I don't rate him as a defender, but I rate him.
Why would Saliba being injured affect Zinchenko when Gabriel is on his side?
Because they were covering him, weren't they?
Gabriel was covering him, not Saliba.
Gabriel moved over. Saliba was always moved over when Zinchenko went up.
For Ben White. Saliba was always there for Ben White, but I do understand that he was moving over, but it was never to that extent where he'd be covering.
How should I put it? You lost the rhythm. You lost the whole rhythm.
I think if you would have said that Saliba being injured affected Gabriel, which then affected Zinchenko, that's possibly a better way of going to it.
Okay, if you want to put it that way, I haven't got the best way to work.
It affected Gabriel and it
tore your whole back line apart. Losing Saliba tore your whole back line apart. Like when we lost Van der Ven, it destroyed Angie's whole system, basically. Because that defender is that important to us for the way we play. Same as Saliba is to you. I'm complimenting your player here.
No, I understand, bro. I'm assuming we're all in agreement that both of them get in, yeah? Both centre backs.
It's gonna have to be.
Yeah.
Right. Midfield. I think we can comfortably say Odegaard and Rice getting in there, yeah?
Yeah.
That's not gonna be any argument.
Comfortably.
That's easy.
Now the third one is where it gets a bit
sticky.
techy.
It's a sticky one still. I'm not gonna lie, it's a sticky one.
And I can't lie. I don't mind giving this position up to Spurs because there's actually a player in their midfield that I actually rate and I actually think he deserves to go in there. No, it's not Maddison. Maddison's been injured. My player that I would go with is Rodrigo Bentancur because him being in that midfield,
not based on this season, bro. Not based
on injured most of the season.
No, but in this season, from when he's come back and you've seen certain performances that he's had, bro, he's been the one consistent thing that was in there, bro.
Saad, he came back 2 months ago.
He has not. No, he has not.
He's come back 2 months ago, Saad. We cannot put him in.
No.
I just throw in Jorginho. Fuck it. I rate Bentancur, but this season, no. He came back, was okay for 1 or 2 games, got injured again, and he's not been the same since. If you're talking about a Spurs player that's been a consistent midfielder who's given the best continuous performances,
got forward, score goals, helped out defensively. Sometimes for a youngster, bossed that midfield at times for Spurs when we've needed people, when our midfielders haven't shown up. Bissouma hasn't shown up for large periods. Maddison has been missing since he's come back from injury. Højbjerg's just not there. Skip isn't good enough. The person who's been consistent, the most consistent midfield we've got is Pape Matar by a mile.
Yeah, he's right.
We can put him in.
He's right. Because if you look at the last 7 games that Bentancur's had, only one of them's been good. The others, he's been as bad as the rest.
I can't lie. I think I had a brain fart there, bro. Because I
no. What you're thinking of is...
I think the play that I was meant to say was Pape Matar.
No, but you're thinking how good Bentancur is.
I do rate Bentancur though. I do rate Bentancur. I'm gonna 66. Allow me, bro. Wallahi, listen. Today has been a long day. I've been up since 4 a.m., bro, sorting stuff out.
I will say, Saad, like obviously he never gets in, but he doesn't get in. But if Partey was there from the start of the season, Partey would have been in that.
Yeah, if Partey was in, but this guy is.
Saar literally gets in by default. I mean, he's an average baller, man. He just plays every game. He's average.
He's been
he literally gets in. But he gets in because Havertz were played for the first half of the season, and we don't really want to throw Jorginho in. That's it. That's the only reason why he gets in.
Oh, you can tell when Kunle's rolled about something. He always he puts out his little petty digs.
Kunle is the best, bro.
It's fine.
What are we talking about, bro?
You get little digs in there. It's fine. You're right about that.
Bruv, your guy is on the team. I don't know what else you want me to do to you.
He's been our best midfielder this season.
What kind of achievement is that?
In every single preview, in every single preview that
I've seen, is that really a thing?
Yeah. In every single preview for this I've seen late in, he's just cheesing, bro. You've been cheesing in every single freaking what's going on, bro? Man's hella happy, bro. He's just sitting there cheesing, bro, in the back. Well, like Kunle is the best, bro. I don't care, man. Right, front line, man. Front line, right wing.
Can before we right wing is Saka. Right wing is obviously Bukayo Saka.
Let's do that real quick. Let's do that real quick.
That just goes without saying. And so, do you know what? If anything, I'm more what you're going to put on the left. I want to go first on this one. Trossard.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
Okay. You know, it's funny because I was going to ask Alan and Dan, where would you prefer Son as a striker or as a left winger? Exactly. Okay, if it's a striker, then
Son steps in there because both. Well, you haven't even got a striker, so I mean, Havertz bang average. He's done good. He's come up well, but 65 mil, and he's only just. He ain't no striker. And Jesus, well, he can't even get in the Brazil team, which is that shit now over Richarlison. So it says it all. Son goes in the middle.
Well, like he's injured. He's been injured. I think.
Shut up!
He's not a striker. He's not a striker anyway. I don't class him as a striker. He wants to be a striker. I don't think he's a striker.
No, but that makes it even worse then that he ain't a striker and he's better than Havertz and Jesus put together. Don't even try that shit, mate.
Anyway, seriously. So what? Trossard and Son, yeah? I don't mind Trossard. I didn't think we were going to get Trossard I wanted
to go Havertz and Son, but it is we can do
Trossard and Son, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I think for me, I just think I'd have Trossard starting all day long over what's his name you got? What's it?
Martinelli.
Yeah, I'd have Trossard over him all day long. I think Trossard's a much better player, but that's personal opinion.
Even
on this season, based on this season,
as well, man. Trossard could play false 9 or on the left. To be fair,
yeah, I think Trossard has got more capability than Martinelli. You can get more out of him. Example: put Kane and Haaland next to each other. Who is the better player?
Kane, obviously.
Kane all day long. Why? Because he's a more complete player. Haaland is just better at what he does. Kane is a much more complete player. Trossard, I think he's a more complete player than Martinelli all day long. But it's opinion.
I think that's due to age, though. I think Martinelli is still young, bruv. So
it doesn't matter what it's down. It doesn't matter what it's down to because you don't know how good he can come up. Trossard is better. Full stop.
In this season, I can agree that Trossard's been better.
Nah, Trossard has more to his game than Martinelli. That's the fact, bro.
100%.
It's just that Martinelli.
100%. Look.
Yeah, it's just that Martinelli is explosive and it works in certain games. Isn't it?
When you've not got him, that pissed me right off because we should have had him, and he's a quality player. I think he's well underrated. I rate him highly. I think he is an underrated player. He's got a lot more to come.
I think he's a better dribbler than Martinelli for sure, which gives him an edge. But I think in terms
He's a
of
better
pace,
player. He's a better player.
Yeah,
overall.
because of
capability.
Because of the dribbling, I agree. Because of the dribbling, I think that makes him better than Martinelli. It's just that Martinelli, because finishing, they're both like at a similar level. I think in terms of passing and movement and all, it's similar. It's just that Martinelli is not dribbling as good as Saka. So as Trossard, which has let him down. Which is funny as Trossard, which has let him down this season. Which is funny because last season he was killing it on that left wing. Like Trossard couldn't get in, but it's gone down.
Well, listen, that is the combined 11, which I'll put on my Twitter later.
Well, four of these man got in, yeah. All right.
Yeah, listen, 4 of them got in, man. 4 of them got in.
Guys got in.
Right.
One by default.
Let's move on quickly. We'll start off with the home team again. So we'll start off with Dan, and we'll start off with Alan. I just want your lineups, the lineup that you would go with, and I also want your prediction for the game. So we'll start off with Alan quick, and then we'll go to Dan, and then we'll give our ones as well.
My starting lineup would be Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Davies, Bentancur, Sarr, Maddison, Werner, Johnson, Son for pacing behind, because you're going to push up high and leave in gaps behind. So that's what I'd do. And 3-2 Spurs.
You wouldn't. That's just quickly. You wouldn't go with Emil Højbjerg in the DM spot.
Why he shit?
You wouldn't play him. No, fairs. I just thought you might want a bit of.
Let me put it this way: if I had the choice between Emil Højbjerg and a toilet brush in my team, the toilet brush is getting in that starting lineup before Emil Højbjerg. That's how bad he is. Simple as.
Fairs.
Højbjerg's Jacob's guy. That's
Another
Jacob's
level,
guy.
bro.
That's Jacob's guy.
He is. Apparently, Rice is a spicy Højbjerg. Oh, this guy. Jacob is tapped, bro. Allah, he's tapped. Dan, what's your predicted or your preferred 11 to go with, and what is your prediction for the game, mate?
Well, goalkeeper's obvious. Back four is going to be obvious. Only thing is, White's going to have to go on the left. Davis going to have to go on the left. Others, normal. Van de Ven, Romero, Porro. Now, midfield, I'd try something different personally, because I want a player in there that's going to take out, because we ain't going to do use through skill. We ain't going to do use through pace. But one thing we have got a little bit of that you've got nothing of is a bit of brute force. I mean, and that's one thing Arsenal have never had since they lost Patrick Vieira. The way you used to get busted up by Bolton.
We don't have
is
brute anyway.
The way, well, you haven't got nothing in power compared to what you had with Patrick Vieira, and don't even try.
Agreed, but we got party rice, bro. We got party jollof rice in the base of that.
Don't talk about party, yeah. The difference between a bit of power and a bit of bottle are two different things, yeah. Declan Rice has got the bottle to get stuck in, but don't tell me he's hard man on the pitch that you're going to be scared of like a Roy Keane or a Patrick Vieira. Don't even try it.
You're talking about hard.
Exactly.
Okay, that's different.
I'm talking about a man that wants to get stuck in. Yeah.
Hey, Rice gets stuck in, bro. Rice gets stuck in, bro. You might not break legs like Roy Keane, but he gets stuck in.
No,
he was one of the best DMs last season too.
I haven't denied it, but he's not exactly someone that's going to scare someone.
Yeah. Who?
Wait, you don't believe
who in your midfield is intimidating? I don't understand who.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I'm confused.
This is where I play slightly different. Yeah. I've got slightly different tactics. I would want to play with a defensive midfielder. I would put Højbjerg there for one reason and one reason only. I don't rate him as bad as people say. No, hear me out. I don't rate him as bad as they say, but I would use him as a pure anchor man. Take out Odegaard at the start, because Odegaard, yeah, he's a good player, quality player, but I don't want my player to get to the ball. I want him to get to the ankles. I want him to take him out, like everyone does with Maddison, like everyone does with Saka, with you. I want him to take him out. And if there's one person that will get stuck into it because he's got the bottle to do it, that's Højbjerg. That is the only reason I would have him there. And then in front of that,
I'll pray.
And then in front of that, I'll go Bentancur. I'll have Sarr there. And then on the right, I don't even rate the player that much, but I'll have Johnson there because left back is your weakest position on your team. The rest of it, it's a strong old team, but left back is your weak spot. Do we agree with that?
No, because Tomiyasu is starting tomorrow.
So he's still weaker than anyone else you got on. He's still your weakest point of your team.
No, he's not. He's actually a better defender than Ben White.
No. I'll give them that. I get what Dan's trying to say. Like, if we look at all the positions in the team, like that's probably the one that
your weak spot.
We've changed the most. Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it.
That is your weak spot. The rest of your team is pretty solid. The way it's all put together. Left back is your weakest place. So I'll have Johnson there trying to run in behind because he's got the pace to do it. Whether he's actually got the balls to do it tomorrow is a different story. On the left, I know who I'd want there, but I'm going to have to go Son. And in the middle, I'll go Richarlison because I know Richarlison's got the pat. He's nothing special, but he's good in the air, and I know he would piss off your two defenders.
There's a pigeon coming to town tomorrow, guys. A pigeon.
Because one thing every player has always said every time they've played with Richarlison is the fella is a proper see you next Tuesday. He is a nightmare. They can't stand him on the pitch. He's a pain. And the other pain is he can't put it in the back of the net at the best of times. But get it up in the air.
That was a good
get him up in the air, and the one thing he can do is head the ball, and he can give your centre backs a nightmare. Son, we all know he can cut in and score a goal, and that's how I'd do it from there. I wouldn't even have Maddison on the pitch. I think he's been that crap.
The pigeon flies at 2:00 tomorrow, guys. The pigeon flies.
Listen, all I'm saying is if he's playing, he's getting headers on. Just know that we got giants in that box, innit? So Saliba and Gabriel ain't just gonna let him go off easy and score.
We've locked him up last season.
I'm just using what I've got to my advantage.
No,
the
fair
other
enough.
way I can do it is stick Kulusevski on the right to use a bit of force to hold the ball up because it does usually take two players to get him off the ball when he's like in centre mid when he's on the right wing on midfield with the ball. He's quite. He can hold on to the ball. So I could even have him there to go and knock your little left back clean out of the way. But could he cross it in? That's a whole different story.
I think Tomiyasu is a very good left back. But anyway, it is what it is. We move. Ash.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Dan, did you give your prediction?
I reckon what's going to happen tomorrow. You can put form out the window. You always can in this game, yeah?
Yeah.
But like I said at the start, whatever you want to call this is a fact. We've got nothing to lose except a bit of pride. That's it. That is all we have got to lose. Top four is pretty much out of the way. I mean, look at the next 4 games we've got. If we can pick up 4 points out of that, we've done a good one. I mean, nobody would want that 4 in a row. Would you lot? No. Not that 4 in a row. Yeah, be realistic.
Connect 4. Good game. Carry on.
Literally. So I'm not particularly bothered about it. I don't think many Spurs fans are bothered about it. I don't think the players are that bothered about it, apart from it being an Arsenal Spurs game.
Why are you?
That's the only pressure on it. Yeah. But that's
it's an Arsenal Spurs game, so they're always.
But that's the but that's the only pressure. You've got the pressure of you're fighting for a title in a title race, so you say. You've now also got the pressure.
So
you're at Tottenham. You're at Tottenham, and if there's one place you lot don't want to fuck this up good and proper, that is at Tottenham. Because if you do, you'll never hear the end of it, and you won't be able to show your faces again because it'll be at our place that you screwed it up. There's the next bit of pressure. The other bit of pressure is the fact that you've already bottled 3 things you shouldn't have. This could be the 4th. Another bit of pressure is your manager going schizo like he does at the best of times because he knows this has got to be his final chance. He can't cock it up again and then still get another 200-300 million pounds to try and fix a team together when he's already had 700-800. The pressure's on you lot tomorrow, not us. If we can hold you out for 60 minutes, can we? I doubt we can hold conceding a goal, but we can score a goal. The pressure starts coming on you a lot more. I can only go by what I've seen over the past 3 years. And when it comes to the crunch, you lot seem to bottle it yet. Have you lot got the bottle yet? Have your balls dropped? We will find out tomorrow. We will find out by the end of the season. But from what I've seen so far, you lot bottle it when it comes to the crunch. And you can't debate otherwise. I reckon we're going to snatch that 2-1. If we can make you sweat until 60 minutes. Because then you lot are going to start panicking because even a draw's not good enough for you. And then something stupid will happen. And bang, you'll probably knock it in the back of your own net.
You found in the end, Dan. You're a bit all over the place, and then you found a 2-1 win. So I'll take that.
You know what? Yeah,
I completely disagree. I disagree
Dan,
that.
I give reasons.
I disagree. No, but it's not that. I disagree. Okay, we bottled everything. Yeah, that's fine.
No, but the reason why, real quick,
I disagree. But I disagree with the problem that you guys have nothing to fight for. Especially even given today's result with Aston Villa, they drew with Chelsea just now 2-2.
Yeah,
that gives you a chance with game in hand that you still have.
Okay, that gives us a chance for game in hand when we've got to play you, City, Liverpool, which I ain't so bothered about now, and Chelsea, which we might as well give them 3 points every bloody time. You cannot tell me that anybody is going into them 4 thinking they're going to come out of there with 9 or 12 points.
It's who we are, mate. It's Big Martin Yo, mate. What do you mean? It's who we fucking are.
I'm really
fucking Martin Yo, bro. Wait, don't do that. Don't disrespect.
Even you lot.
Hey, don't disrespect Big Ange, you know.
Games.
Hey, Big Ange is going out there trying to win those games, Dan.
Jacob,
Dan, the reason why we can't have always bottled it is because we won the.
We were there in the first
place. We won it.
We won it at the lane.
So if we always bottle jobs, I know you're old enough to remember when we won it at the lane. The second time we won it at the lane, you were old enough to see that. So we don't always.
You'd already won it.
We don't always bottle it. Nah, we won it at the lane. We won it at the lane. No.
You said you bottled it the last 3 or 4 seasons.
So we don't always bottle it. So
this team.
I'm just saying we don't always bottle it. So.
All right, I can say Spurs did a bottle it 60 years ago, but who gives a shit? This team you've got now,
because none of us was alive.
This team you got now bottles it.
True.
3 times in a row.
And we haven't bottled anything yet this season, so let's see.
Yeah.
We'll see what type of Lego Man turns up tomorrow. Is it going to be sad Lego Man? Is it going to be happy Lego Man? We'll see what it is.
He's got a whole
you
know, Alan,
I hope you're streaming after this game. I'm coming straight to your channel.
Alan's just put himself like top 3 in the list. You know, Jacob's always the prized possession, bro. He's the one that's gonna get the cooking first, bro.
All right, Jacob knows. Jacob knows.
Jacob's dead, bro. If we beat them,
knows what's coming.
If we smack them, bro, like a Chelsea situation, Jacob's dead. He's DOA, bro. Dead on arrival, bro. It's done.
So hold on. Hold on. So everything I've said on this stream, and it was me criticizing Lego Head as the reason why you guys are coming for me. I should have started with that. I would have had a nice show.
Yeah, don't worry, man. Don't worry,
bro. I've never stopped coming for you, Alan.
You're doing all of this, yeah. Hey, listen, it's okay, man. It's fine.
I'll go next time.
Unlike you,
I'm going to replace you as my favorite Tottenham fan soon, Alan, because
our manager doesn't get glazed by the media. Your manager, say more, Ange. Do more, Ange. Let me get on my knees for you, Ange. Bro, that's all it is, bro. All it is. It's all good. Anyway, Ash, give me your predicted lineup or your preferred lineup and your score prediction, mate.
Yeah. So, I mean, lineup has to be for me exactly the same as Chelsea. The same back 4, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel. Tomiyasu is another player who, if he was fit all season, he would have been ahead of Udogie in this lineup. I think, honestly, we give them players a sort of sympathy, but it is what it is. Rayo, obviously, in goal. I want the exact same midfield. I think that midfield absolutely destroys them. We haven't lost to them at all in the last 3 times we've faced them, and we're going against them tomorrow with a much better midfield than any of our last 3 games. So it probably could be a long day for them. And front 3, I would still start the same front 3, even though I was thinking like maybe bring in Martinelli, because I don't know if they will still play the same high line. I know Spurs fans are saying, he will do the same thing. I feel like he might change something next, especially because the last game was 4-0. I feel he might change 1 or 2 things, like in terms of playing slightly behind. Because I know what these guys are saying, that they have nothing to fight for. I don't think Ange is looking at it that way. I think Ange is genuinely looking at a top 4 finish. I know he's said he doesn't care about it before, but I'm pretty sure, like, behind the scenes with Danny Levy and everyone else, he probably does want to get top 4 for the money and Champions League and all that stuff. So I think he will be quite cautious this game, and he will probably try to play with less of highline. If they do play a highline, I want Martinelli to start, because I think Martinelli will roast. I don't know who's playing right back. I think Pedro Porro. Yeah, he will absolutely destroy Pedro Porro. But if he's not playing with that kind of a highline, then I think Trossard would do a very good job.
We had the argument yesterday. Me, Mr. Y, and T. We had the argument yesterday because obviously I would have said the explanation that they gave me, because I said, oh, I would prefer Martinelli for them playing the high line for him to get in behind. But they're also saying that they said that Trossard, with the form that he's in, you just can't drop him right now, especially with the confidence that he has. You can't drop him right now. I know that he's come off the bench. He's a great impact player. But the form that he's in, we saw what he did to Chelsea, bang, straight away. First chance he got, it was a goal.
Yeah.
So he's just in really good form at the moment, where I don't think you can drop him. And I think even with him, it might work to his favor, to be honest. But yeah, carry on, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. Score prediction. I mean, I think we're going to keep a clean sheet. We've kept a clean sheet in our last 6 away games, and one of them was against a much better team in City. Obviously, we're not going to play the exact same way we played against City, so I do see us keeping a clean sheet. I'm gonna go for a 2-0. I'm gonna go for a 2-0. I think it'll be similar to last season.
It's nice to know that you pick and choose what games you concede and what you don't, because I'm pretty sure you conceded away at Bayern Munich. I'm pretty sure you conceded at home to Aston Villa, but because you haven't conceded the
last 6, no.
Let me finish. You're picking the last 6 away, so because of that, you're not going to concede away again. Okay, I see what you do. You pick and choose when you concede.
Yeah, because
by your logic, you're using the most recent history, bro.
The most recent history.
No, there's a reason. One sec. There's the reason why I'm saying. There's a reason why I'm saying the last 6 away games. Obviously, first of all, obviously
not Champions League.
Everyone, no, one second. Everyone except Alan. Everyone except Alan understood it's the Premier League, but he obviously wanted to have an argument.
Aston Villa.
Secondly,
I'll say.
No, exactly. And the reason I said away is because when we go away, we're a lot more cautious defensively. I actually want us to attack more away from home, but hey, last 6 games it's worked. So who am I to argue with that? At home, sometimes we're more adventurous. We let more opportunities at the back, which is why we also conceded at home against Liverpool, which is why we also conceded at home against Newcastle. But away from home against better teams, we have kept clean sheets. So I think when we go away from home against Tottenham, I think we should keep a clean sheet, especially since our entire team is there. And obviously going forward, they're not going to be able to stop us from scoring, because these guys literally concede 2-3 big chances a game, including against Burnley, Sheffield, and Luton. So we will get big chances. Will we convert them? That's different, of course. I think we will. So I'm saying we'll go with a 2-0.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Kunle?
And we'll continue our fake title race.
Yeah.
We're not part of.
Who's the fake title race?
It's your fellow Tottenham fan with you.
Wait. He said this is a fake title race today.
No.
He said we're not in the title race.
He said we're not in the title race. He said we're not in the title race.
Okay, that's not a fake title race. He said you're not in the title race. There's a difference.
No, I just said.
Okay, so I will continue not being in a title race. Yeah.
There you go.
No matter what they do,
Thanks,
City are just going to get into 3rd gear because they're not even out of 2nd gear yet. It's the same every season with them. They're now going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. They always do it.
Yeah,
therefore no one else can win the league. Therefore, no one else can win the league, so no one bottles it then, yeah? But yeah, anyway.
It's not a bottle then, exactly. I like that.
What I would say is similar to the exact same lineup to Ash. I might be a little bit controversial in the attack. For me, I would start Jesus and Martinelli. And for me personally, I believe those two have to play together or not at all for me. I don't want Jesus and Havertz and Saka. I don't want Martinelli and Havertz and Saka. I want Jesus. We saw the damage those two as a combination did last season together. And this season, we've not really had a chance to see it because Jesus' movement creates space for Martinelli. How many one-on-ones did we see Martinelli in last season where he was able to be? I think he was our Premier League top scorer. Coincidence that was a lot of the time playing with Jesus. So if Martinelli's going to play, then Jesus has to play for me. But if Trossard does start, Havertz for me has to start personally. It's whoever starts as the wing that determines who the number 9 is for me.
But can I just ask a quick question? Are we sure?
No, you can't. No, you can't. No,
Genuine question. Are we even sure Saka's going to play? Because last time I checked, he was in Eric Dyer's pockets from the Champions League. Is he going to be able to make the game?
Oh my god!
Eric Dyer,
Alan is
against Eric Dyer.
Alan is trying to put in everything that we could. I can say in the first leg, what did he do? He sat both of them on their ass and scored into the bottom left corner. True. It's fine. We can use so many things, man. We can use so many
when it
things.
mattered and he knocked you out. Eric Dyer entered that. You got his car keys.
All we need from Saka. All we need from Saka tomorrow is to do the same thing he's done against Tottenham every single time. Score, assist, because he does it almost every game. It's become boring now. He's done it for 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah.
We just need him to do the exact same thing. That's it.
That's fair enough. All we need to do is literally just one of our players just go, yo, Eric, and Saka will be, what? Where is he? Like, and then by that time, he'll be just too scared to play. It's fine.
It depends. It depends. If it's Eric Dyer of Tottenham, that's different.
Had a good game. You cannot say he didn't have a good game. He shocked me. He had a blinder against.
He did. He had to have a good, of course, because he went out of Spurs. That's why.
And that's not.
But at Spurs, he was abysmal.
He washed off the Spurs.
Have I said otherwise? Have I said otherwise? No.
Eric Dyer had Saka.
He had a shockingly good game, even down to his tackles. I was surprised. I didn't even know the man was that capable.
Alan, I'm coming for you tomorrow, bro. I'm fucking coming for you, bro. That was below that.
Alan's dead, bro. Alan's dead, bro. Alan's gone now. Kunle's got him on the hit.
I'm flying in, bro. Fuck it. I'm flying in. Fuck it.
Bro, Allah, he's gonna have to come.
Let me check the flights now, bro. Fuck all that.
He's gonna go like that, yeah. Alan's missus is gonna answer, and she's gonna be like, "Who the hell are you?" And he's like, "I'm here to see Alan." Actually,
where is it? Are you in London, Alan? Are you in London?
Tell him Kunle's here.
I will be in London because I'm going to the game tomorrow, so I will be in London tomorrow.
He's gonna like, tell him Kunle's here.
I'll be from the stands, be going like,
"Can you take a video of all our goals, please? Take a video of all Arsenal goals.
What's going on?"
Can you take a video of Saka scoring, please, man? Please.
I'll take a video of Saka not showing up.
Let me look for flights.
We know Romero's gonna give a penalty. Saka's probably gonna take it. Just take a video, please.
Just give us the video, bro. Please. The quick video of Saka, bro. Please.
How can man say Arsenal are gonna have sex with Spurs tomorrow? What a comment.
Crazy. Hey?
That comment.
You said
this? Mad, bro.
That comment is.
Mad, bro.
That's crazy.
That is a weird violation, bro. It's crazy.
Whatever turns you on at the end of the day. Whatever
floats your boat, my bro.
Each to their own. What do I call you next? He or she?
His name's a bit weird.
Don't get us cancelled here. Don't get us
cancelled. We're gonna get cancelled in a sec, bro. Listen, we're
all right, mate.
Anybody is accepted. But
sorry,
listen,
my score prediction.
Yes.
My score prediction, like, although I've bantered Spurs a lot, I still believe that they are a decent side and they will give us a run for our money. But predominantly, we're going to go 2-0 up. They may get a late goal, like in an 82nd, 83rd minute to make it a little bit difficult. But I think we'll see it through 2-1 to the Gooners, mate.
It's a bit deflating at the end there. I thought you were going to come with like a 4-5-0 the way you've been talking, bro.
I'm coming for 3 points, bro. I'm coming for 3 points. That's all.
You're leaving with none.
That's all you need. 3 points.
Listen, Alan is. I don't know what happened to Alan midway through this,
but
he just went into troll mode real quick.
Send me a location.
Listen, sometimes you have to convince yourself just to mentally cope. Right? It helps.
Yeah.
The mentally convincing yourselves is down to your team, mate. That's what mentally convincing is. Your team.
These Spurs fans, they're probably trying to deflect all the pressure onto us. You lot are bad. You don't want none of the pressure. You don't want none of the pressure. That's it.
Where is the pressure? Where's the pressure?
Can I just say this?
Alan can never cook me, Jacob, and I'll cook you same way tomorrow, Jacob.
Hold on. Even if we have all of this pressure on us, this team this year has showed us that they can handle the pressure.
They've handled pressure really well.
When Liverpool came to my ground, and I was almost on the cusp of being out of this title race real quick, we won.
And Liverpool were favourites.
Demolished them, and they were favourites coming to our yard. So we demolished Liverpool, played them off the park.
Yeah, but now
Did you demolish Villa?
I had to
So
go
what,
to.
Alan? What are you saying? If we beat you tomorrow, you wear an
told me I
Arsenal
was
shirt.
going to lose.
Here's the thing: I will never wear an Arsenal shirt regardless. So I would just never wear an Arsenal shirt. So I'd never take that.
Why not? Are you not confident in your team's ability to
I'd
disrupt our title race?
I'd rather set one on fire than wear one.
Yeah, but you lot are gonna win, no?
It's funny. It's funny, Kunle, how people pick and choose to say like pressure you've bottled in the business end. Last season, business end was the last 10 games. This season, last 10 games, we were pepped to lose to Brighton. We smashed them. We were told we're going to get smashed by City at the Etihad. We went and got a point. We were told when Liverpool came to our ground and they were top of the league. Oh, Liverpool, top of the league, favorites, Klopp, they're going to smash us. I think pressure only comes when Arsenal lose. So if Arsenal win tomorrow, but it's Tottenham. Well, it is Tottenham, to be fair.
You know
no
what?
pressure.
Let me put a fair point to you then. Fair
crazy.
point to you then, yeah? If we're going to be realistic here, let's forget all the crap. The pressure is blatantly on you lot tomorrow. Do we agree with that? Because I've got another point to make here. If you lot go and win every game now, yeah? But then City go and win every game and win the league, to me, you lot ain't bottled it.
Yeah.
Because you won every game.
You can. The thing is, I don't think we bottled it because we weren't even top of the league, bro. We can use that same logic that,
mate. I've just give you a compliment.
No, I understand. But
Dan, people are still gonna come out. Dan, people are still gonna come out and say we bottled it, even if we win every single game of the season, because they're gonna say, well,
if you go and lose one of these games, then it is going to be that you've bottled it. But if you go and win everything, that's all you could do.
It can't be.
This game has got so much pressure on it for you lot compared to us. Yeah, we got a bit of pressure, but nothing compared to you. And come on, be realistic.
Yeah. I think if City draw to Nottingham and we win, I think we win the league.
If they have the pressure on them, I don't really care because I think we can handle pressure. But it is where it is.
You haven't proved it yet on the crunch. You have not proved it yet when it comes down to that final bit.
I still
until we do.
I go back to that Liverpool.
We shall see.
It is where it is. But yeah, listen, I'm gonna go with
Spurs,
same starting 11. I'm gonna say the same starting 11 as Chelsea. I'm in agreement with Ash. I think we need to go with that same starting 11, not change one thing. I think even Trossard needs to stay in there for me. He's just in fine form at the moment. And I'm gonna go with a similar scoreline to Kunle, 2-1 to the Arsenal. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. I think they will get their annual Son. It's like Kane has passed the torch to Son, and now Son just gets a goal every single game that he plays against us. So either way,
he didn't get one at the lane last season, but okay.
That's fine. We can stick by that.
He also didn't get one at the Emirates last season, so that's two games.
We actually did keep a clean sheet against them, but this season I don't think we are going to.
Well, the way that the Emirates this season, didn't he? Though
I think it's going to be like a back and forth game.
Yeah, so he doesn't do it all that. No, wait, 1 second. I need to get back because Alan likes being a grammar Nazi, right? What was the phrase Saad used? He said he likes to get his annual goal. He didn't get one last season, did he?
Okay,
so I'm going by your grammar. English is my second language. It's your first language.
He got one by this season, didn't he?
So, you know what?
Listen,
that's not Saad's sentence. Saad's sentence was he gets his annual goal.
Fun Alan,
He didn't get one.
You know what?
There's
a specific video that you use.
Hold on. You jumped straight.
Oh.
Anyway, can I talk? For fuck's sake?
Can I
fucking talk?
Can I say one thing, please?
1 second, hold on. You went
there you are, Alan. There you are, Alan.
To last season, you jumped again, did you not? Be consistent.
No, I didn't.
I didn't. Choose.
Alan, I'm going to say this for the last time. Listen clearly to understand.
Did you pick?
No, I didn't.
Listen to all the words, Alan. You're always telling other people to
all the words.
Your intention. Listen to all the words.
Saad said Son gets his annual goal against Arsenal every time. I corrected him saying he doesn't because last season he didn't score against us home and away. It's irrelevant for me to talk about this season because the stat that Saad gave me is he does it every season, which he doesn't because last season he didn't. Yeah, so since you like to use grammar and you said fake title charge, nobody said that. I'm using your same logic. English is not my first language, so I'm just making sure when someone says every season, and statistically that's not true, I'm correcting him on it. That's all.
Oh, okay?
Yeah.
You can correct
Well
Sal,
done,
then it's
well
fine. You didn't correct me on it.
Fair enough. You can correct me.
You
man.
didn't say
I
the
was,
sentence.
you can correct me. I was
You
wrong.
did skip the season, though, which I was correct
but-
on. So that's not correct in my English, is it? Because I said you did skip
Okay.
this one.
You
did
misunderstood
correct
Sad's sentence. So that's
my-
comprehension.
Did you correct my
That's a lack of
English?
comprehension there.
Did
I
you
corrected
correct my
your lack of comprehension of what he said. That's what I corrected.
You didn't. No, you said you corrected my English. You didn't correct my English.
No. I said I corrected your lack of comprehension of
Wallahi,
what
what
he
is
said.
this conversation, bro? Why are we arguing over grammar? Why are we arguing over grammar and we're putting commas and explanation marks
I mean,
and question
you
marks?
know what I mean?
Someone's got
Let's
clearly
go,
rattled
man.
over the whole show.
Wallahi, let's go.
I swear to
man.
God, I did it. Now I'm actually having fun. Well,
You've
it's a
been
good
very
show.
rattled.
It's a really,
But anyway, listen.
it's a really good show. It's a
People,
really good show.
that is
Very
the
good.
end of the stream. I want to big up each and every one. I know Spurs and Arsenal, but honestly, I want to big up every single one of these lads, man. They've been absolute brilliant sports today, man. So big up to them for coming through.
Yeah,
All
big
of
up,
their
man.
links
Fuck
are in the
Spurs, though.
description. All of their links are in the description. Even Will, I know he didn't show up, but his link is still in the description. So make sure to go subscribe to him. But make sure to go and subscribe to every single one of them. Make sure to hit them with a subscription and just support that thing, man, as well. Hit a like on here as well and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to get that done. And we are going to be passing you guys over. Yeah, Jacob, just go away, please. This guy's like, you better apologize to me tomorrow. No. But anyway, let me just quickly get this done. Yes, I'm going to be
Jacob,
passing
don't
you
you
guys
dare
over
let
to-
me catch you on any stream, Jacob.
Broski,
Don't you
he's done.
fucking dare let me catch
He's
you on
done.
any
Jacob
stream,
is
my brother.
done. Jacob is actually done. Like, if we lose, and if they lose, bro, you don't want to see me, bro. You don't want to see me, bro. But anyway, guys, I'm going to be passing you over to Connor's channel, CMO Sports. So make sure to go over there and drop him a like. Just spam Sard Raid. The next one, people. Take care. Love for the love. Laters.